Hello? Hello, yes. Had to double check. How are you doing today? Happy Tuesday. What's going on? What have we all been up to today? Hope it's been a fantastic day. It is Tuesday. I've got the day of the week correct for the first time in what seems like weeks. It's certainly been a while. What is this? That is... Okay then. I can't remember how to paint... Hello. How's it going, Salad? What's going on? Happy Tuesday to you. Check. Baby check. What's going on? How are you doing? What's cracking? Have you been behaving yourself? And if so, why not? Why? Why have you been behaving yourself? We've got an Ultramarine thing to paint, although we're not really painting Ultramarine colours today, because frankly, I've forgotten the colours that I've used off the top of my head. And I need to really... I need to have a look at some old VODs and go through them just to double check. Just slightly tedious. However, got to change this camera angle. So this is the one we painted March from a Crag 2022. I thought he needed a friend, so I printed one out. Here he is, this little Chaplain geezer. Chaplains wear black. So that's what we're doing. We're doing a black armored Dreadnought. The shoulder... Camera has moved from yesterday, unfortunately. I'm slowly moving further and further in this way. As each time I knock the tripod, the camera moves, swings a little bit in this direction. I'm slowly having to creep over. This shoulder is going to be blue because with the Ultramarine symbol on his right shoulder. But the rest of him is going to be black and gold. Change it up. To change it up for reasons, yeah, it's the ideal. It's absolute. Well, I would like the blue to be similar. Unfortunately, the problem is that was 2022, and then we did March from a Crag this year, where I painted the other 50 Space Marines, and I think the blue looks slightly different. And frankly, I want to get the blue on this one before I completely forget and end up with yet another shade of blue. Driving me slightly potty. Streaming while drifting, yeah, it's... I have the camera, that is a leg of a tripod right there. Camera is up there on a tripod, which is, so every time I walk past, not every time, but sometimes when I walk past, I whack that leg, and it rotates the camera further and further left. And I keep forgetting to move the camera back. What I need to do is stop hitting the tripod. How have you been? Been going on? Have you been behaving yourself? I started a couple of minutes late because yesterday we were talking about wet palettes, and I realized the wet palette that I have, paper, has completely gone sideways. So I started a couple of minutes late because I had to leg it over and remove the piece of paper on top and quickly clean the foamy bit of goodness. I've still got to put the bit of paper on there, but it's ready for it. So this Dreadnought, it's going to be a weird one. He's going to mostly black. Mostly black. Right shoulder pad blue. The issue is my Space Marine second company have the hiccups. Have a lot of like I'm having to bring in some red. Now this one probably doesn't have enough red, truth be told. But For example, the plasma gun. Shoulder will be black, but the casing here, that's going to be red. I'm going to paint a multi-melter just to be on the safe side. Same deal. Red casing, black shoulder. Blue shoulder, black, blue shoulder to the right, to the ribbed bit, then black. More black. More black. And then red down here. I'm slightly concerned it's going to look a bit mad. Such is life. Working away, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I'm still alive. And that's a good start. Right. So yeah, we are painting today. Mentally, slowly. Let's just have a quick run through what we need to do. So I've mentally got it in my brain. That's going to be the red. That's going to have a red shrouding around it, the sensor cluster here. That is going to be a bit of red there. This thing on the around the flamethrower. He's going to have black shin pads with gold, like a tiny bit of gold on top. He's going to have, I should have printed out the I think he's got a snazzy crotch as well. I think there's a snazzy crotch option, which I really should have gone with. Let's be fair. That's going to be okay. So we got a fair amount of gold here to do, so that's what we're going to do some gold painting today, which I'm not looking forward to doing, but it needs to be done. So that was, we used Dwarven gold. That's Viking gold. Oh god, I've gone and confused my gold paints again. I use gold. I use gold, and then another gold, and then a tiny bit of Droshy violet. So we used Dwarven gold as a buttery biscuit base. Then we used what I think is some other gold. I can't remember what this one is for the life of me. I'll have to look on the website. And then Elven gold, I think. Yes, I do. I do. It's camouflage. It's camouflage. It's probably also... It's because I was planning on doing some airbrushing today, but then I realized I'm not actually going to be doing airbrushing today. So I could move it off. It's just... I'm trying to keep this one underneath cleaner. But I'm going to make the sacrifice... I'm going to make the sacrifice for you. I need to watch that film again. It's been several months. Thank you so much for tickling that follow button. Actually, looking at this through the camera angle, this is dirtier than I realized. Terrible. Okay, so, right, is that better? Sneaky Ultramarines. They are wearing their camouflage. Their nighttime camouflage. Thank you very much for the follow, though. Happy Tuesday to you. Happy Tuesday for me for remembering the day. Oh dear. And it is rather toasty in the house. 28.3. Ridiculous. Oh, it does make a difference. Yeah, I should have. I think once we, I don't know, maybe this one we're going to have to keep on this one. But I generally like painting on that one because it's... I want to keep this as clean as possible, really. Maybe I'll just get a smaller grey one to plonk on top of it. That's what I'm going to do. Horses for courses. Oh, I know. Horses... I need to find out what this middle gold is, though, very quickly. So I'm going to go to Element Games using my affiliate link to find out. That's a beautiful segue. What's this? Scale 75 Metal and Alchemy. What have you been up to? Hello, Solo. How's it going today? How is YouTube treating you? I hope YouTube is fantastic. I'm trying to find out what paint I'm using. It's gonna bug me. Scale color. What slicing software? I use a mix because I like to keep it real. I use, like, for slicing, I use Chittybox. Ooh, I like that paint. I'm going to add that to fuchsia. So yeah, I like to use Chittybox for slicing. I do supports generally in Lychee though. Segued to the max. It's almost like I've been streaming for 7 years. Almost. Now. So Viking gold. I have Viking gold right here. Victorian brass. Dwarven gold. How about yourself, Solo? What manually set up settings? Are we talking about like what settings you use for like print layers and stuff like that when it comes to settings? Hey, what's up, Lathius? What's going on? Let's not be hasty. No. That's being hasty is not what this stream is about. Speed, not what we do here. I'm literally just trying to find the paint that you're gonna come with me. No, you're not. That wasn't the page. Oh, it was a different browser. Derp. Hold on, that is. Well, we can have a look at that later as well. Hold on, Lathius, how's your day? Printer resin. Hold on. Not much. Just woke up. You winning the every single day. Every single day, Lathius. We are winning just by being awake. Well, I like that color as well. So when it comes, what's up, Beamy? How you doing? So you doing okay on lunch? What's for lunch? I had a sandwich. Okay, so for Chittybox settings. Oh wait, hold on. What you've got a Saturn? I can. Do you want? Are you asking to see my very personal resin slicing settings? But I can show that to you. It'll take a hot minute just to fire up the software. You say the sandwich? Sandwiches are amazing. Tim's dairy. I love Greek yogurt. Is bloody amazing. Problem is, it's so delicious. I could eat lots of it, and that is a major problem. Right. Okay. Sorry, I was just trying to screen share. There we go. I'm just trying to find this gold. Not Citrian Alchemy. There's Elven gold. There's Dwarven gold. Unfortunately, it's got. I could just look for the Metal and Alchemy box set. That's what might really win. Peridot Alchemy. Woo. Ruby Alchemy. We're going to have to look at this box set. We're going to have to look at this box set because I'm not going to find it otherwise. I'm just trying to get in that. Oh, okay. Well, I don't even know what that was. It looked like a news thing. If you give me a moment, I can show you the settings. But the problem is Solo. The dreaded thing. Like everywhere is different. And like it depends on like the temperature that you're printing at, cursed humidity, and all things like that. So I can, and all the resins. So let me fire up Chittybox before we get to the painting part of the stream, we're gonna get sidetracked into looking at my Chitu box settings. Now, Chitu, whatever it's called, my dodgy settings that I've got. Do I even have a? Do I have a window capture? Ooh. Do we have? Hello. Where? Right. Okay. So if we go here and add in, what's that scene called? Hold on. We're almost with you. No. Color porcupine. Scene with window capture. Okay. Right. Right. Not a proper Badger stream without sidetrack or 3, exactly. Batman's Kitchen, hello, how you doing today? Happy Tuesday. Look at me getting the days correct. Yes. I'm doing well. All right, so if I go to my slicing settings, now I'm currently using two, like the red clay, which I like. I specifically like it because it's very photogenic. It looks good in a photo. So that's why I use it. You might want to use like a grey resin of some variety. I would personally like the Soraya Tech Fast Navy Grey. I like that a lot. If you can get your hands on it, Soraya Tech, what's it called? Fast Tough. That's the really good one. If you got miniatures, it adds a little bit of flexibility to the situation. However, so just looking at the 8K red clay, which is Elegoo 3.0 Pro, I believe. No, not Pro, just the regular 3.0. Where did I imported it. So if you go to the website, if you go to Soraya Tech, for example, like I did, you can download profiles for their resin. They're a starting point. You want to work from there. So, for example, if I ordered some obsidian black, for example, it gives you like, this is a 0.5 millimeter layer height. It gives you the bottom exposure time, resting time. So when I click on this, you'll see some of these numbers change. So I do 30 microns. Exposure time 2.1 seconds. Bottom exposure time 31, just to be on the safe side, because I was suffering from some failures. So I just pushed up the numbers a little bit. You got your Grot Tank chassis sorted? I'm writing the script tonight and recording it tomorrow. You want to post on Friday? Hell yes. Hell yes. You script writing. You lunatic. Absolute lunatic. I'm going to attempt to write a script sometime. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be absolutely terrible. I'm slightly dreading it, but we'll see how it goes. That's the bit I was struggling with, finding the downloads. Okay, so we can have a look at that. I'll bring up Soraya Tech as an example and see if we can find our way through their website. Right, but first of all, get my face. Okay. Get rid of that. If we go to what on earth? Yes, okay. I'm just going to type in something very quickly into Element Games. Let's want to find this paint. Figure out what paint I'm using. Okay, hold on. This is very important news. Very important news. So I don't... Necro Gold, Viking Gold, Dwarven, Elven. I don't even want to say that one on stream. I do want to say it, but I know some people... I don't know what the colour this is. Do you reckon I bought the same paint twice? Well, I hope not. That would be almost humiliating. No need to go further on this point. Get on with the painting. Oh, if you insist. If you insist. Mostly to explain what a grot tank is. Explaining the process is simple. Are you going to do... Because I know the grot tanks... Was there a mega grot tank? Was that what it was called? I do vaguely remember some Forge World. Like some smaller ones and then a larger thing. I think it was like a mega grot tank. But yeah, Solo. Yeah, it's just a matter of like we can run through like once you actually get the printer and sort of decide on the resin, we can have a chat further. Might do that later. You should absolutely do the mega grot tank. I would if I don't know. I wouldn't mind getting my hands on one. Might be fun. Okay. Get rid of Chitu box. I don't need that running streaming. And that's the only other thing I need to do is move the activity feed. I don't want to miss any alerts or anything like that. Pretty much 3 of the... Oh, is that what it was? Pretty much. Just like... Was there like a... In my mind, one of them, I don't know if it's like a smaller one or the mega one. It had like what looked like, to my brain at the time, a bin, like a metal, you know, trash can with a gun pointing at, sort of sticking out of it. That's what it looked like to me. I have a model boat. That you're going to plan on cutting up for that? Oh, okay. The big one reminds you of a boat. We're going to get painting in a moment. I just want to make sure we're all on the same... okay. All right. I see exactly what you're talking about. Yes. That's... Okay. I'd completely forgotten it looked like that. I do like the dozer blade on the front. That's very cool. Dig it. All right. Do some gold. I'm gonna drink some tea. Are you looking at Sunlu resin? Yes. Funnily enough, that's one I've yet to try, but I hear a lot of people talking about it, so be a good first port of call. Ooh, better. All right, let's get going. Let's go. So I haven't replaced the wet palette paper yet. I've got to do that, but I have removed yesterday the paper that was on there yesterday. That was very skankalicious. Is this the right paint? Paranoid that I'm not using the wrong paint. I'm also I removed the nipple of one of these paints yesterday, didn't I? these the same colour? I think they are. No wonder it had the nipple on. I was keeping it on there because it was... What's up, Shop IHA? How's it going? Happy Tuesday to you. Official nipple remover. Valid. I absolutely ruined yesterday's nipple. It was a virgin nipple, and I took it to task. Can't find profile downloads. Okay, so if I remember, I will hunt it down. I will attempt to put it into my Discord at some point. That does unfortunately entirely entirely rely on me having to remember to do something, unfortunately, but I will attempt to remember. Yeah, so ladies and jelly spoons, I think that is exactly what happens. I bought one paint twice by accident, and thought, because the name had been abraded, I thought it was called something else. Don't include ruining. Hey, listen. What happens, right? If that's the job I'm going for, somehow. What about that? You think about that? Right, oh god, the camera has moved so far. My god. Obviously on that specific CV, big it up, I will. I'll be like, yo, there's that one time. Gold! I just got Blood Angels Hero Sergeant. Ooh, is that the one with a plasma pistol? Is that the right one? Remind me. You can wax lyrical from a position of experience. Oh, I will. Trust me. Will of the Brush. Hello. Happy Tuesday to you. Going on. I'm already struggling. I've just discovered that I was. I thought I had two different golds. They're the exact same gold color. Utter disaster. Oh, 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 and other noises as well, folks. I have good news. I have good. Well, no, some people might consider it good news. Others might not. But there we go. I somehow managed to get my computer working again. The editing computer. I don't know what I did. I literally, I literally left it for sort of 23 hours, and then I thought, then I crossed my fingers and pressed the power button, and it worked. I didn't do any, I have no idea what happened because it was completely buggered. The time, like 23 hours previously, it was being a complete tow rag. And yeah, so apparently just leaving a computer for an amount of time does actually work, which I didn't really think happened. That does mean two things. First of all, I can finally edit videos. Assuming, although the screen is buggered, so I do have a problem still, but it's not, you know. I just read that as a plasma nipple. Jesus, got to get the head off, brain off that. It is the one with the plasma. Happy Tuesday, nipple fans. Yes, all big nipple fans. Small nipple fans included. But it will be definitely been experienced painting, so I'm quite excited. You prayed. I did. I really did. I was actually last night. I thought like 1 a.m. rolled around, 1:30 rolled around, and I was actually getting a bit nervous about turning the computer off for the night. Man, I need to play Skyrim again because I didn't want to. I've not turned the computer on again today, so it might have reverted to being buggered again. The plasma pistols. So hold on. We were raided by Beyond the Box Art yesterday. Just so I'm on the. Just so we're on the same page. Ooh, what have you? Oh God. Wilf, you saucy rascal. Oh. So, so Mad Cat, is it this? That has a bolter. He has a bolter. For some reason, I was thinking it's this one and he had a plasma pistol. Unless he's did a cheeky conversion. Is it this one? Or vaguely close to that? That's Tycho. Thanks, Nightbot. Will, how's it going? What are you up to today? Art thou painting? That was a mistake to do that. I'll fix that bit in Photoshop. Problem solved. Bang. It's similar. The chest is the same. It doesn't have the crotch fabric, and the bolter. I have a sneaky suspicion Mad Cat did a conversion on that. I think I will ask him. I'm not entirely sure though, truth be told. No mistakes, just happy accidents. The thing is, Salad, I don't personally, I don't like to go with that mentality. I know that's heresy. And I will get shouted at. But to me, that's just like, oh, that's just an excuse for not trying to execute things perfectly. Just an excuse for being slapdash and not trying to improve your brush control. And I'm not down for that, obviously, because like my brush control's terrible. I would be like, oh, okay, fine, bleh. Done. Happy little accident. Working but building more orcs in reality. Talk to me about the orcs. What variety of orc commandos? I do like Blood Axe commandos are. I think I was pondering this yet again on a stream a while ago. What are my favorite orcs? I am like the Blood Axe commandos are definitely up there. I don't know if they might be my top. They might be the bestest. I don't know. I might be wrong on that. Some of us need that mentality. Yeah. Well, I'm not. Well, I probably need it as well, but I'm unfortunately stubborn. I talked myself into this mentality, and it's not really helped. It's it's led me to the point where I'm not happy with just like, I want to do the best I can, and it's why I want to do some commission painting, but at the same time I don't want to do sort of like really quick commission painting, i.e. sort of army painting. I just like to paint to whatever standard I can paint to, and that is the only tier of commission painting that I can do. So it definitely affects nuisance. Plus, this brush is absolutely terrible. Shot by HA. What just happened there? Sorry, what just happened? I just saw him. German autocorrect? I'm very sorry. Oh, it's spamming symbols. I'm very sorry. Apparently I don't know how to set up bots very well. Bob Ross mentioned? Yes. Excuses? Just giving us ourselves permission to stop trying? Yes! Basically. And I do really understand, like, when you're starting out, you can't expect yourself to be, like, amazing. I am still not amazing by any stretch of any imagination. But I know a bad like the bad version of painting I can do. And I don't like it. So I'd like to try and aim for my good standard. And I'm not happy with my bad standard, basically. And I like to be happy, so. Does that make sense, or am I mad? I'm more of a single model painter, so this is new territory for me. Oh. Well, listen. It is a, like, I don't know, painting, March McCrag, I did 50 Space Marines. Minus the bases. It is very strenuous. It is a batch production line. 1 or 2 miniatures at a time is where I'm, like, kind of happy. But the problem is I all do get really sidetracked. For example, over there I've got probably 12 miniatures, about 95% finished. But I really need to finish so I can take photos and slap them on Instagram. Shot by HA, you think it's a nice mentality for beginners because they tend to learn themselves apart, tear them over small mistakes instead of viewing the bigger picture. But I do see your view as better for pros. Well, I mean, I don't want to give the impression that I consider myself a pro, by any stretch of any imagination. But Badger wants to paint people's Golden Demon entries for them. Well, I don't think my painting's that good, unfortunately. I would like it to be that good, but it's not. Ah! For example, I have Snickrot right here, who is not quite finished. He's not quite finished. What had I not done on him? Oh, these ropes had needed a bit of attention. They were a bit dodgy. And I'm also absolutely terrible at non-metallic metals. A couple of times a year, I will try it and go, no, I still hate it. Let's go back to using metallic paints. German autocorrect. I'm sorry. Shot by H. I do apologize. Oh yes, it would be all of the question marks. Yes. Yeah, spamming the same. I think more than 3 times is counted as spamming for some reason. I might need to check it again. Oh, it does make sense. Thank God for that. You need to hold yourself to a standard. Well, I mean, not everyone has to, right? Like, for example, right, over on the table, over on that table, you can see I got 1, 2, 3. Well, technically 4 Lehman Russes. That's one there as well, which I'm going to have to paint. Now, I know, like, for example, tournament players, they're more interested in playing the game. I could imagine them just hosing it down with a spray can and then, like, a bit of panel lining. And they'd be happy with that, to get it on the table. I couldn't do that. But I don't play the game, so. I'd say it's healthy to just try to be better than he did before. That, Latius, that is what I try and attempt to do. Totally. That's what I attempt to do. I didn't use Viking gold yesterday, did I? Shoot. Did I use Viking? I didn't use Viking gold yesterday, did I? Shh, this folks, if you're starting out, I have one. I do have one hint for you. If you're coming up with a recipe for your paint, write it down. Write it down. I do have a notebook over there. I just keep forgetting to use it. I promise I have one. I keep forgetting to use it, and it drives me around the bloody bend. I should have, for example, for my Ultramarines, like this is how much I've used it. I've got a brass recipe. Right there, I've got copper, and I got copper there, and that's it. I gave up on it after that. I need to get back to it. Terrible. Perfection is unattainable. Speaking English is also unattainable, apparently, for me. That means improvement is always possible. Very true. So we should always understand that we're not going to be perfect. Yes. Yes, absolutely. But we should look at what we can improve. That's what I try and attempt to do. I really would, and I have been saying this for at least 7 years. I do want to... I do eventually want to have a proper go at and get better at it. I'm just not entirely sure I like it. I think that's my main issue. I think for like tabletop miniatures, I'm not entirely sure I like it. Like maybe for display pieces, yes. But for like, I don't know, whatever standard I paint at, I'm not massively sure I like it. Those are the paint apps that you can log. I have the paint apps on my phone. All right, somewhere. That. Making sure there's no weird pictures on my phone. I have Brush Rage, Miniature Painter, Paint Rack. Yeah, that's it. I do have some. I just forget to use the bloody things. Or a little grey tray basket. Will of the Brush. I do agree with you. Yes. Unfortunately, I have a on the table in front of me. I have a few gold paints, and I after stream yesterday, I went wee like that, and they all got in a jumble. So I do agree. Absolutely. In fact, I have a little spice rack in front of me, although it's got villainy inks in at the moment. But I really don't think I use this paint. Oh, wait. I did. It's on the tile I was using yesterday. Oh. Okay. Okay. Right. We make this more stressful. Okay, all right, we're back. We're back. We can actually relax now. Now, how long has it taken for me to? Almost an hour. It's like 1 in 100 models I actually think of as vaguely close to metal. Even the pro-painted minis mostly just look vaguely shiny surface to me. Yeah, I mean, the ones I'm thinking of, like... I'm going to get his name wrong. I know I'm not on purpose. Flameon? Flamion. That person, he does ridiculously smooth blends. His metals look, all of his painting is very smooth. And I do like Richard Gray, old Demon Rich. I do like his stuff. Yeah, Flamion, I keep getting tempted to occasionally subscribe to his Patreon and finding out how he does it. All right, we're going to put some of this Viking gold down before I get completely sidetracked. Flamion's is incredibly smooth. No, exactly, Lathius. It is ridiculously smooth, but there is something about, I don't know, I don't really think that I'm truly in a place to sort of, well, I can judge, just be absolutely terrible at it myself. Found the profile. Hey, you found this profiles. Nice one, Solo. Looks like the other two resins are manual setup. Yeah. Well, I think even with the downloaded ones, it's a good base point for you to start with. But even then, they will need some jiggling, like time, like basically exposure time and stuff like that. That will need some manipulation, and is going to require printing out. For example, I will show you my rack. Okay, should really be on my OnlyFans. This sort of, you know. But here is I printed out many of these. Right, I got more. Trust me. Like. Admittedly, I do have 4 printers downstairs. So I have printed out many calibration things like this. The dreaded cones of calibration. That's a good one. What I would personally suggest is when setting up a 3D printer. I need to do a blog post on this or put it behind a paywall. But what I like to do with setting up a printer is I like to print out this one. I think the XP2 validation thing. Yeah, resin XP2. I like this one because I didn't cure it. It is very flat. It prints like within 20 minutes-ish. 20 minutes to half an hour, right? Obviously, we've been sidetracked again. We'll get back to Numama again, I promise. But this prints really quickly, so you can, like, if the first one doesn't work, fine. You know, you could do 3 in an hour or something. Once this is looking good, I generally look at this bit right here in the center and also like these really skinny bits here and these holes here. Once that's looking saucy, I print out these bad boys. Cones of calibration. This is good for pre-supported things. You want obviously maximum success on the success side. You want all failures on this side. I'll see if I can show you some. So that was complete disaster. Look at that. Terrible. Do I have any? Yeah, I don't have too many on the failure side. Anyway. I don't know if I thought I had, there was one which, there we go, that was the best one. Maximum success. Good. Prime example. Hype! Ooh! There we go, that's what I like to do when it comes to setting up my 3D printers. That's how I do it. And every time, basically, it's an excuse for me to drink lots of tea. While it's printing out like the validation matrix, I can go and drink a cup of tea, neck it, and go, oh, I hope it works this time. I just want to get to printing miniatures. I don't want to be printing out these things. I want to print out the good stuff. Right. I'm another Metal and Alchemy fan, but I'm the other way to you and prefer Numama. Well, I wish I was good at... How long have you been doing Numama? Because I would like to... I don't want to say master it, but I would like to get gooder at it. And I know I said that word incorrectly. I would like to get better at it. Just because, you know, I would like to do some more commission painting, and I would like to be able to say, look, I can do super sexy mode. But like all things, super sexy mode costs lots of money. So I'd like to be able to offer it to people who have lots of money. Just to be brutally honest, you know. It's a bit of personal preference. I'd say I prefer things looking matte. Absolutely, I always matte varnish my things, even the metal bits. So I very happily matte. For example, Jeff here. So he has been matte varnished. And I do like the matte finish myself, even over metallic paint, which is weird. New playing card game in development hype. What is it called? CCG for the blind. Wait, what? Why do you want the other side to be a failure? Because you want the other side to be a failure because it means you're not overexposing. Yes, that's the one. If you overexpose it too much, then the failure side will start to fail. You'll print out the failure side. Whereas if you underexpose it, then the success side will fail. And it's really just like you want to get the optimum time for each layer. My pleasure, Solo. I do need to probably write up a blog post on my dealings with resin printing. I have to say, you know, all personal stuff. I found practicing them definitely improved my general painting ability, even if I don't like it. But I have done it in the past. Many times. Hold on, that's the wrong browser. Where's Instagram? I can show you. I will show you. I'll show you one I did, which I did like. If I'm allowed to get sidetracked again. Daddle, foul beast. We're going to my Instagram, ladies. Not here. It's it was, where is, it's an orc thing, I think it was. See, I've tried, I'll show you my attempts on it in the past. This was awful. This was utter garbage. Absolutely terrible. Hate it with a burning passion. Yeah, I hated that. I know, like, I think the positioning of where I'm putting the highlights is a major issue. That needs to be improved. Here's old silly bollocks. That was just dodgy, terrible. Where is the one I did? The rusty non-metallic metal, which was a bit dodgy. That was very splotchy painting. Actually, don't look at that one. That's horrible. Ah, here we go. I like this one. Been painting a couple of years, but I did a few practice models until it clicked. And a cult of paint in person. Ah. Out of interest, how, I don't want to, you don't have to answer, but how pricey are those? I do occasionally wonder about going on one of these courses. Not necessarily cult of paint, but a painting course of some variety. Might help get something to click. I think it was... Why is there not a decent picture of this guy? I did like painting this one. I think, yeah, this squad of 3 orcs, Nurgle people, was very nice. I thought, I did non-metallic metal on this one. I really like this miniature. I think this is the only miniature I really liked painting with non-metallics. I even think then I don't think I did a great job. But it's a giant fleshy squig, and it's a fantastic thing. I need to dig this miniature out, because I do technically have some orcs to paint into an army at some point. CCG for the blind was your flat calibration, Prince? Oh. Card game comment was due to the number of thin tests. Oh, okay, okay. All right. Sorry, I don't like card games are not my strong. Not many things are my strong point. Drinking tea and sleeping is my strong point. That's it. Everything else is just fluke. Let me put some paint on a miniature before it dries. 120 for the day. Andy taught us. Oh, okay. So I have watched a few of their videos, and I do like. I do like a lot of their stuff, so I mean, I could definitely be tempted to do a course one at some point. It's just the problem is like this getting there. Is always the curse. You like the Pinky Squig, Famous Kitchen? I thank you. There was a time when I was thoroughly very grumpy about red squigs. So I was all my squigs were getting painted fleshy colors. Which I like, which I liked a lot. They need to do one of those shows like Lego, Tattoo, or Cooking Masters with miniature painting. Oh, I'm not. You mean like Master Chef? Yes, they should do. They absolutely should do. I don't know quite how they'd run it though. They look ace. You should definitely go hard on them. But I think there will be. I'm going to have to devote a solid amount of time to it, and I know that's like one of my major problems. Like I don't devote enough time to it. I need to just get a bunch of miniatures and just practice solidly on them for a couple of months. But anyway, thank you very much. It's I think another part of the problem is I paint so slowly. If I know the miniature's looking awful, then I'm just going to get grumpy about it and not want to continue. I think that's part of my problem, along with all the other problems. This one was in Cheltenham. I have a sneaky suspicion I think it might have been this Space Wolf from Games Workshop Cheltenham in 1994. So I was at boarding school. Friend of mine. So I moved to that school September 93. Saw he was painting miniatures, or he had some miniatures, and so did another one in that dorm. So we became friends. And then sometime in 1994, I remember I went back to for a weekend to go back to his house, or his parents' house, I presume. And I have a sneaky suspicion it was near Cheltenham. that they lived. For the longest time, I thought it was Gloucester, but my geography was terrible back then. But anyway, we went to Games Workshop store, and I remember she bought me a Space Wolf Terminator. And this could well have been it. I can't remember which was my very first. It was like, I don't know. It was one of those. Memory of an elephant is absolutely terrible. Seriously. My memory is so bad. I'm not blaming it on the epilepsy, but I'm going to use it as an I'm going to use it as an excuse. The amount of times I just bonked my head off some bit of furniture or like the fireplace or whatever. It's been a lot. I don't think it's done me any favors. Yeah. Well, I'm glad we finally... I don't know if we're going to be able to get to the reverse side of this. Technically, we did. It is going to need some cleanup, though. But we can fix that with the power of magic. Okay, let's see if we can get this. Oh, let's not drift off camera again. What's everyone up to this evening? What is on the agenda for everyone? Honestly, all weekend, I did so much I did a whole load of 3D printing over the weekend. And as I said yesterday, I was really hoping to play some Call of Duty on Sunday night. And then the computer went tits up. There was no Call of Duty. And I know I should be editing tonight, but I'm going to play some Call of Duty instead. Be very naughty. Very, very naughty. Gonna... All right, that's all of this gold done. What were the other... Oh, we got you to do. We got you to do. Big old pile of resin has been sitting beside me, freshly washed before I got fluent, which is starting to look approachable. Hello. Are you going to approach it wiggling your eyebrows in a seductive manner? I'm not saying what I just did was seductive. It might be for some people, but it was just what would be the word? I don't know. Treat yourself. I'm going to. Also, hello. Sorry, I missed you. I missed saying hello to you. I saw you. And approach it aggressively with chemicals. Jesus Christ. I was going to say something and then realized that it was actually horrific and not a thing to say at all. Not funny. So I didn't say it. Gladly. Happily. Yeah, I'm going to play some Call of Duty tonight. Tomorrow, as long as the computer actually continues to work, I'm going to edit tomorrow. I would like to do like a script for YouTube. Like I know a lot of YouTubers do it, and it's like it provides some direction and stuff. And but the problem is that means actually having a plan. That's the major problem I found with having a script, having a plan. Instead of just like recording me painting stuff and then going, right, I'm just going to gibber over it for a bit and edit it and then that'll be that. Not a good way of doing things. Super glue. How big is the miniature that you're gluing together? Do you pin your resin miniatures together? Because I was pondering this bad boy. Jeff, the god of biscuits here. He's got some big arms. He's got some big, fat, sexy arms. And I was pondering, do I pin these bad boys in? I am going to have to paint these separately. Because he's got a whole load of weirdness going on with his front. Like he's got his head, then he's got a collar, obviously, and then he's got another bit of armor over his to keep everything in place. Which makes getting these arms in a bit of a difficulty somehow, especially with the old shoulder pads of Doom, the 80s, in fact, not just of Doom, of the 80s. That's a real mixture. Oh, have you got like miniatures and then statues? I also have this miniature, this statue to put together. This is the chair. This is a chair, right? And in this chair, a lovely lady sits. She has got underwear on. I just had to double check. I printed out the PG one. Where are her legs? There's one leg. Which way does it go? Something like, I can't quite remember how she sits. It's all a bit skewed. Anyway, she's bit of leg action. But I do have some. This is the 1/10 scale. I do have a bust as well over there. Add that to the pile. For pinning, it really depends on the weight of the connected pieces or how much handling you expect. Yeah, totally. Like I have some for the Titan. I have pins, some big brass bad boys, and some epoxy, like araldite type stuff that I'll be using for that. For the arms, for the guns. Actually, I don't know. You know what? I take that back. For the legs, at least. I don't know what I'm doing for the guns. Am I going to magnetize the hell out of them? I don't know. Yeah, we can do a little bit of top. I'm not... If I can get away with not pinning something, I will. I will not pin it. But I am also aware that some things absolutely need to be pinned. Ask better, baby. The pile. 3 Hades breaching drills. Oh, Betty. Necron Tomb Sentinel. Necron Tesseract Arc. Hello. Half a Porphyrion? You're converting? Wait, is this a 3D print? Some Krieg. No, okay. Oh God. That's a pricey conversion. That's a pricey conversion. Flippin' Nora. Some Krieg Flamer teams, Flamer tank. Oh God, the Malkador Infernus is a tank that I need. I need it. Like I've never needed anything in before. Well, actually, that's not correct. But I do need that tank. It is hot stuff. It is hot stuff. Are you going to be getting the next Horus Heresy mock set? Out of interest. I just want to look at this tank again. So I can salivate. Where is it? Wait. I've missed it, haven't I? Oh, this music's so good. Why is it so good? Where? Here it is, finally. That took me long enough. I used the legs ages ago on a different model, which eventually got sold. Oh, okay. In fairness and new plat, it is pretty. Pretty hot. I think I've got to the point where I'm going to have to start selling. I'm going to have to start working on miniatures that I don't like. I'm going to work on my own armies, but also I'm going to have to buy some characters and things and sell them for cash money. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. Maybe that's the way that I can paint some Age of Sigmar for the algorithm, and also not have to keep Age of Sigmar at the same time. But I think I'm going to have to start getting some minis to sell. No, exactly. Space as well. Absolutely. It's space and money. Space and time, baby. Right. I was looking for some bits to paint in Go. Almost. Will? Hold on, wait. Mort, you're looking at a historical Warhammer now. I mean, this is yeah. But I want to keep this one, that's the problem. I want to keep this one. Problem is, I like too many. Oh, you know what? I could paint some Seraphon. So that would, I am conflicted. I do like Seraphon, like the lizard men. That hot lizard action. I'm still debating picking up the space. Well, you should do it, Will. Don't even debate. I have the box right behind me. What are your concerns? Do you have concerns, or is it? Let's workshop it. Let's workshop it. If it makes, hold on. We'll see if I make it through these orcs, or I'll lose interest in army painting. Oh no. I am using it, I'm afraid. I would, believe me. There would be nothing I would love more than to be able to be in a position where I could just hook you up with such a thing. Unfortunately, we're not quite there yet. If and when we get to the point, sorry, not if, when we're amazing on YouTube, and indeed Twitch, then we can maybe revisit this conversation. But the main issue is, all right, Space Growlers. They're my first army. They are my first army. So I think that what I'm not going to strip this one, but I have some of my old Terminators. I got my old Grey Hunters, Bloodclaws, Long Fangs. I'm going to strip them all and repaint them. That's the plan. I'm not stripping him, and I'm not stripping my two characters that I still have, Ragnar and Niall. I'll have to buy a couple of other ones, but I'll be revisiting my original Space Wolf army and then working on that Space Wolf army also. I don't get why Games Workshop just don't hand them out. They really should. And while they're at it, they should be reprinting More Time. Are you aware of More Time, by any chance? Growlers. It's what I call them, Lathius. It's what I call them. It's terrible. You got a key, that dude? Well, no, exactly, Will. I mean, I do... I thought I had a Space Wolf, that's Ultramarine Scout, using bronzed flesh and flesh wash. What a combo that was. And by the way, I was really happy when I managed to sort of paint 2 pupils in his eyes. Oh my god. I thought I had another Space Wolf that I painted in here. I've got my Wartime Rat Ogre. Oh, what a beast. So no, I am going to keep that one. But my other... The Space Wolf army in general can get nuked. I'm just gonna keep the original 2 characters. I can't find the very first character I painted, unfortunately. I'm going to keep the 2 characters and that Terminator, just so literally I can whip them out on stream, you know, and be like, yo, we didn't all start off, you know, as an amazing painter. We all started off somewhere. Yeah. Anyway, Will, you should buy the box before it goes. That's all I got to say. You should just, you know, treat yourself. Or talk someone into treating you. Wiggle your eyebrows. Look them in the eye and go, listen. You got to hook me up. It's basically almost Christmas. Or something. Talk badgering. Yeah, don't talk me into... okay, let's restart the conversation. Talk someone who has money into treating you. As we can go back to our previous conversation about like if and when we get YouTube to a successful point. I don't think Twitch will get there. We have been on here for 7 years now. I think we are where we are. Kind of is a thing. Yeah, I went into Element Games the other day and they had 10 boxes. You went into Element Games. Did you use my affiliate link to help support the channel? Yeah, I think what I have noticed with Element is what they tend to do now is they have a bunch of stuff on the weekend or whatever at like 20% off, and then they add, for example, they add stuff later on in the week at maximum price again, at no discount. I've not been massively keen on that, truth be told. You missed the Father's Day Space Wolf window? Son of a bee sting. Belated Father's Day. Hey, look. Father's Day isn't just one day, right? It's the entire year. I will always be your father if you bribe me with Space Wolves. Maybe don't say that last bit. Maybe don't say that last bit. You could imply it. You could imply it. I don't know. It depends how old your children are and how seriously they'll take that. If they take that too seriously, I wouldn't say it. I didn't, I'm afraid. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. You went in person? They do. It's I used to work in basically Covent Garden. It's somewhere between there and the Warhammer store, right? On Tottenham Court Road. Father's Year, exactly. Exactly. Badger desires we call him Daddy. I don't even know what to say about that, Latius. Don't even know what to say about that. Yeah, Will. So I used to work for on the Lion King. I used to work for Disney, basically. Well, I hate them. I hate them with a burning passion. Not because they've ruined Star Wars and everything else they've touched. I used to work for them. Ruining everything has just been the icing on the cupcake. I'm not remotely bitter, I promise. Yeah, so no, I used to go to Covent Garden Warhammer. When I worked for them. In fact, that's where I purchased the big bad boy box of Space Marines from the first Apocalypse event thing. What else was going to be gold on this? Was there anything else going to be gold? See, they've got this bit here. Would that be too weird if these bits were gold? Would that... Yay or nay? Is that too cheesy? Because this is going to be black in between. It's going to be shades of black stuff. Were you goofy? No. No. The world's longest running theatre production at this point, surely. It's been going on for a while. I don't know about the Mousetrap, which is nearby. I know that if that's still going, then I would say that's the longest running one. Seems fine. I think it might work. I was worried about things. The problem is I'm not massively into gold. So much so, if someone was to give me like several bars of gold, I would probably go and sell it straight away. Say thank you very much. But I'm not. It just looks cheesy. Not massively into gold as a sort of color scheme kind of thing. Right, you better go walk this dog. What kind of dog have you got? Quick, quick, quick. He's winking at you. Oh, have a good walk. Have fun. All right, we are. We're actually. Oh God, I spoke too soon. we were actually making progress, and then I couldn't get the brush where I needed to put it. He's an Aussie door? A Labrador and Oz. Oh, okay. Fantastic. Fantastic stuff. You walk that dog. Enjoy yourself. All right. Oh, he's got... I'm looking at his, like... These bits could be gold. Oh, God. That bit could be gold. Just that bit. Essentially. Really looking to break up some of the colors rather than just go... I don't know if that will... I mean, and then it would have to be this bit as well. I think so. If that would be gold, that's going to be red. It's going to be bananas. That's going to be red. I think this bit here can be gold. Been gold everywhere. God almighty. He'll be right at home in Saudi Arabia or somewhere. We are getting there though. He's the goodest of boys. Hell yes, he is. Senru Yoruga, absolutely. And some pats. Did I miss a follow? Did I say thank you for the follow? No, I did say thank you. Thank you for the follow, just in case. I'm going to second guess myself. We do have a bit more steel to slap down. And I'm not even doing the guns yet. We are going to do... We can probably paint a couple of the guns. I think I'm going to have to leave this to next Monday when I do this shoulder pad. We'll paint the entire thing in one stream. Maybe. We're lucky. Ba 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 ba. All right, a little bit more gold, and then we can wait for it to dry and then shade it. Then we can highlight it. The plan has been decided. Make it golden in place. I'm making it in salad. Absolutely right. You know what I realized this morning? Or this afternoon before I started stream? I realized we're wanting goblin green base. And there's a random lump of metal just in it. Oh no, it's going to look so awful. Maybe it can be like a concrete road and then goblin green base. There can be a bit of concrete here and then a nice goblin green verge along the road. I think metal is goblin green out in a while. Really? Hey, we could goblin green, we could put tufts on it as though it's been retaken by the goblin green. We could have a little bit of brown in there or something for rust and then just like goblin green, like mossy bits. Yeah, we'll moss the bollocks out of it. That's what we're going to do. Yes. My way of I hate to say it, but we're gonna go full Bob Ross on that bit. That's what happens. Lack of thinking. Gone. The bollocks out of it. Yes. Thing was, I'll tell you the thing. I was needing to lift his foot up and support it, so I put this bit of I-beam, whatever this beam is. I slapped it under his foot to sort of support it a little bit, and then I realized afterwards, or like before stream today, that I was wanting to do a goblin green base for it, and a lump of not rebar, you know, I-beam or H-bar or whatever the hell this stuff's called. It's going to look completely out of place. So we were just trying to, well, I'm gonna moss the bollocks out of it, basically. Getting retaken by nature. How you doing today, dude? Happy Tuesday. I was trying to think, like, I'm sure I've done that Zenithal ink thing. Because I think Marco, I'm going to call him Marco because we're, you know, we both do stuff on YouTube now. We're basically friends. I think he's done something like that, and I definitely seen a video of his doing something like that. And I think I'm pretty sure I took inspiration. I almost said copied, but managed to hold back. I took some inspiration and gave it a go with because I got some Liquitex inks and some F&W inks as well, actually, which are also snazzy. But I'm just trying to think what miniature I used it on. Nothing is really springing to mind off the top of my head. Everything getting retaken by nature. I really like that kind of aesthetic. Like, I do like that aesthetic of basically civilization being taken back by nature, like overgrown things, mossy whatsits, rusty bollocks, you know, all that kind of stuff. And then just sort of throwing in some green, just some grass and grass, or you know, some flowers, a random tree, some ivy, partridge in a pear tree, whatever. I dig it. I subbed to Elminius. I can never pronounce his name. Yes. Also, ground effect. I saw you mention ground effect. I'm not actually familiar with that channel, which is terrible of me, obviously. I will remedy that. Liquitex acrylic inks for the win. I just received the primary color set. Oh, okay. The transparency to pigment rate, exactly. Let me hold on. Let me get this ground affected. Make sure I've. Yeah, I just subscribed. There we go. That's that solved. I can now catch up on their videos. Yeah, so I do have a bunch of like. I got some of the muted. I do have some of these ones. I ended up getting all of the this is not the one I was meant anyway. So I do have some De La Rowney ones. Process magenta and that magenta. Completely different magentas. Elminius, exactly. OSL, yeah. What's up, Fluent Kite? How's it going, dude? You'll like GA's funny and irreverent and does way more than just GW. Sorry. And this is the Hello Signing Green. These were the ones I was. I remember I bought a bunch of these muted ones because they were kind of hard to find. But anyway, I've got a few inks. I know over the Zenithal, I think they're a fantastic way. Quickly getting that color on. Waldo's, LA, oi oi Savaloy. How you doing? Happy Tuesday. Yeah, I remember when I started using fluorescence in whenever we did the Empire Soldier with the magenta codpiece. We slapped on a bunch of fluorescent magenta. And then I was also told at the same time to make fluorescence even better. Got to use it over white because that just like makes it. I don't want to say the word, the overused word, but it is a thing. I like the De La Rowney. Yeah, I've used both. I think they're all great. Well, Days, what you been up to? It's going warm. I'm slowly melting. And I have that thing wafting my back at the moment. And even with that, it's just not great. I made an Amazon order today. And as soon as I clicked the buy button, well, a minute after, I was like, I knew I forgot something. I need to get a ducting, like a 6-inch to 4-inch reducer for that thing. So I can plug the air conditioning bit in and actually have cold air rather than just wafted air. Make fluorescent great again? Absolutely. Well, within an extent, generally, yes. Dombella, hello. How the devil are you? Happy Tuesday. I hope you're doing well. What's the weather with yourself like? I'm great. My friend just helped me finish rebuilding the top end of my motorcycle. Holy moly. I always had dreams of being able to whip the engine out of my Mini Clubman and working on it, but I realized that that was something beyond my capabilities. Way beyond, because I even ended up like, I got like a programmable, I don't want to say an ECU, that's probably too no, it wasn't an ECU. It was more like a you could program how much petrol was introduced into the carburetor, I think, or something like that. It wasn't any more sort of, it was a whole thing though. I had major dreams of doing that and never happened. It was called, what was it called? Oh god, I had the name and Googling it. We're Googling it. Hold on. We're Googling it, the bloody thing now. It was called, what the, for a Mini, Cooper, oh, it's a Mini engine, Mega Jolt. Mega Jolt? Oh, it was an ECU. I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you like you'll care. Yeah, so there's like a timing wheel. There was the actual system. Flippin' Nora. It had the computery thing, and it did things. It did things. Manifold air pressure sensor. Throttle position sensor. Bloody hell, do I still have this? Distributor blanking plug. Yo, if I still have this, I could buy an auxiliary Titan. On it first, how you doing, you saucy rascal? Tuesday, do you have a cup of tea yet? Waldos, we are painting. Well, we're mostly talking as usual. I don't know what color. I think we're going to paint his faceplate, that little thing there, steel. Yeah, we're going to paint that bit steel. We're just mostly trying to figure out what bit to paint gold. You can do a mini engine in that. Yeah, Fluent Code. I like the way you say you. I can't. I had dreams of doing that. It's beyond my capabilities. I would have needed an engine wizard next to me. It was too technical for me, unfortunately. I'm very sad about that. But it's how it is. I did love my old Mini though. All of them, including the first one, the absolute rust bucket that it was. If it's programmable, it's still an ECU. Yeah, no, I've forgotten. I think it was programmable. It was. I was trying to remember exactly what it was. It actually did more than I remember it doing. And it would have gone very well in my very zoomy little car. Mega Squirt, that was the other one, wasn't it? My brain was going, Mega Squirt? I don't want to say that out loud, because people might get the wrong idea. Is that the S-Works kit? No, there, this was for a proper Mini, not the new piece of shit. Right, this is a proper. So, this was going to go. Actually, the first one was going to go in my Mini Cooper from '99, and then I remembered I still had it, but for my 1979 Mini Clubman GT, That had a Weber 45 on it, and it was very sexy, in my humble opinion. It was a very sexy beast. It's currently inland 26 Celsius. I'm sitting about 8 degrees below that at the shoreline. Damn it. I'm envious you got that shoreline action going on. I know we've already had that discussion. I have the riverside, which is probably mud at the moment. Badger's next YouTube vid, how to turn cars into Titans. Could be. Doing alright, we're existing. We doing. Drinking coffee and letting my carne asada breakfast burrito settle before you work out. That sounds like a good plan. I like it. Get auxiliary coffee though, just before. Man's got to know his limitations. Yeah, engine work, I just don't trust myself. That's the problem. I would have liked to. I'm going to show. I don't know if this. Do I have a picture of my old Mini on this computer? Because weirdly, like, so I sold my Mini Clubman in some year. Oh god, the previous, so before it was a beautiful, like, I think it was called Hawaiian Blue. I'm not 100% certain. So it was Hawaiian Blue as it was sold, and then it had some gold stripes down the side, which were basically sticker type things, vinyl stickers or something. That was as it came from the factory. And then somewhere along the line, the person I bought it from decided to spray over it with matte black rattle can over the paint, including over the stickers. So it was nice. Well, it was matte black. I was going to say it was nice, but it was matte black and then raised sticker line. It was just like, come on now. Mega Square. What's a Weber 40? What's a Weber 45? How dare you? It's a carburetor. It's a carburetor. I don't think I have actually any. I wouldn't really want to show you the inside of my car anyway. It was absolute filth. Engine bay wise, it was a complete disaster. It went fast. I spent all the money on the engine and the gearbox and the suspension, and the camber and everything. I didn't spend any money on the shell, really. The seats were amazingly comfy. Like straight 70s couch. And honestly, I did genuinely like the matte black car. I'm seeing if I can find an old picture of it. I don't think I have a picture of the carburetor, fortunately. If I just Google, I'm not Google. That's... Oh god, this hard drive's getting absolutely. I might be able to find. I think I might have some pictures of my Mini on this hard drive. I think because there was. I really like the matte black paint on a car. I don't know why. I think it's looking at too many. I've seen quite a few like American muscle cars painted in matte black, and I always thought that was really hot stuff. I still have dreams of that Plymouth Barracuda in that ridiculous, what was it, that some ridiculous green, which was almost painful to look at. Can't find that picture. Mini. It. What? Electric mining drill? I don't know if this folder's going to be on this. Where? We might have to return to. Don't be expecting pictures of them in the most amazing car ever. By the way, it was a complete disaster. Oh, hold on. What are you? Oh, those are pictures of miniatures. God damn it. Not. Okay, I'm going to give up for. Anyway, it was a very nice car. And the Weber 45 was probably too massive for the car, truth be told. It just sounded amazing. And for that reason alone, I was like, I'm sold, give it to me. Let's make it a thing. Yeah, I have a video, well, I don't know where it is, unfortunately. The car did go, when I had the work done on it, the car sounded absolutely amazing. And the problem was, so when I drove up from where it was worked on to where I was living, I had to go through, I didn't trust myself on motorways 100% in that car at the time, so I drove through like a lot of back roads and stuff like that, and through lots of villages. And through a lot of these, but all villages, they have a speed limit of like 20 to 30 miles an hour. But when that car went 20 to 30 miles an hour, it just sounded horrific. Felt very sorry for those people who live there. I didn't actually at the time. I felt, nah, sounds amazing. Primer Black, so hot right now. It really was. Literally. Anyway, the person I sold it to, long story short, they did a complete overhaul. They did what I wanted to do. They overhauled it. They painted it the original color, or close to the original color, gave it the original stripes back. Oh, thing of beauty. Absolute. I'm very depressed I can't find this picture of this Mini now. Long and short of it is, I really like that car. It was good stuff. Pictures of Amsterdam. Not going to be in there. On my phone. I prime everything in black? Exactly. If you miss a spot in a crack, it's just a dark shadow. Exactly. Exactly. Hold on. I'm pretty sure this person randomly WhatsApped me out of the blue. It was like, yo. I meant to do this ages ago. But didn't. You want to see what your car looks like now? And I thought, well, yes, I do actually. Make me depressed. And happy at the same time. No, I don't think we're going to get anywhere looking. Anyway, that's the story. That's the story of that. We got a little bit of metal to paint on. We got this exhaust. Excuse me. This thing here. This thing here. What else needs to be painted in steel? I think there was something else. A little bit around the front needed the tickle. So what's everyone else doing today? I'm melting. Don Bella's melting. Pretty sure we aren't the only two people melting. So I need a freezer in here, then I can just stock it full of ice cream. Now, yesterday, I think I said I was going to paint something bronze. Oh, I did. Oh, why did I just remember that now? Son of a bee sting. I was going to paint What was it? It was something... Oh, I was going to paint these tubes bronze. For these tubes here, we're going to paint bronze. Probably that thing I was going to paint bronze as well instead of gold. Why did I paint it gold? I went to buy toothbrushes. Ended up with 2 Gundam in it. I hate it when that happens. You buy a toothbrush and there are some just miniatures just chilling out there in the shopping bag as well. It's like, how did that happen? I swear that didn't happen on purpose. Can't blame me. It's not my fault. Literally blame the store manager. Or something like that. It's crazy. We're getting a break from the heat weather-wise. How hot is it with you? I'm working on SolidWorks. Modeling up some plastic parts for a robot. Then you're going to... I just read that as walk my tanks. Like, ooh. What tanks do you have? Remind me. I think I've got to get the big bad boy printer up and running. That's going to be all bronze. That's what. Okay, all right. Yeah, I've got to get my. Got to get my printer up and running. One that I've still not got up and running yet. That is the plan for. That's the plan for July. That's July's plan. Don't want to rush into it. But it turns out my brother's been working on trying to get a little project up and running. I don't want to say little, actually. With some friends of his. I don't know if they're all from the same workplace. Don't think they're all from the same. He does. I'm trying to remember what programs he uses. I think he uses SolidWorks as well, and some other software that I can't quite remember the name of. Can't quite remember the name of it. Hey Ragnar, what's going on? Hey dude. Yeah, your eyes don't deceive you. We've done a lot of painting today. Today is quite cool. 60. Past week has been low 90. Yes, screw that. Screw that. Absolutely no. That's terrible. I don't know how people can cope in that weather. It just... Oof. It is from the Gundam Artifact series. I'm not massively... Like, I don't know. I'm going to be blunt. I don't know. I have 2 Gundam miniatures. Fact, I can tell you. I purchased this one from, you know, remember that little hobby store right next to college, Don? I purchased this one from there in 2001. Endless Waltz, apparently. Yeah. Did you get that 10k? No, I didn't, Ragnar. I didn't. Listen, before you know, I would certainly like to get. No, there's no room for it. That printer's too massive. However, never say never. All of that sort of stuff. Tanks, Repulsor, Impulsor, Land Raider, Redeemer, the hottest Redeemer there is. I do like that one. And the Rhino. And they're all from Puppets War? Hell yes. I bought 2 tiny scale Gundams as... I think it's almost the size of the incoming Gundam table. Oh, I didn't realize they were doing that. Impulsor and Repulsor are both built and magnetized, and I love them. Redeemer is 70% built. Rhino is printed, but it needs to be cleaned and built. Yes, my Rhino over... This bad boy was printed. Right here. This was a printed Rhino. In fact, this is the only Rhino I have, which is actually finished. I've got 8 Rhinos for my Ultramarines, and technically 9. One is a Razorback, so 9 more to paint, which I'm just mentally psyching myself up to do. A lot of people who are sick of SolidWorks try Rhino. Oh, Fusion. I think he uses Fusion. Because he's changing job, I think. No. One of his old jobs, it was SolidWorks, and then I think he's using Fusion. So I have discussed 3D modeling with him. He has mentioned Rhino to me as well. He does mechanical engineering. And he's very irritating. 2000 and Ancient. Where's that? I've got to move this. Where's the middle finger? Oh god, I didn't realize I've got to move all the way over here. Do you really need a bed? True. I could put the bed on top of the 3D printer. That's 1 to 100 scale. So I will be doing more weathering. I do want to do... I do like painting tanks. So I've got some Lehman Russes over there. I've got 4 Lehman Russes. I will be painting up one of them on camera at some point. The other one I'll be turning into a YouTube video once I've decided on the paint scheme. But I do like the bloody bits. I didn't go too bananas with it. I could have gone more, even more wild, but I was using this stuff. So I do approve of it. What pigments did you use for the weathering? Well, that's what I'm very glad I tried this out. I used mostly these two, in fact. I used dark rust and light rust. Basically these two. I used this closer to the ground at the bottom, and then this was slightly, I did this first, and then this over the top of it, but from slightly higher up on it. Yeah. That's the first dirty down stuff I've ever got. I know they do dirty down rust, dirty down gore, dirty down snot, and then there's dirty down something else that I've forgotten. Thank you very much, Lon. I do appreciate that. I really do like... I'm very happy with this. I do have a Kratos that needs to be dusted and painted. This was also definitely not 3D printed. It was 3D printed. That I will be painting to join that Rhino. And a Land Raider as well, in fact. So I will be doing painting videos and stuff on... these will be World Eaters. Thank you. Textbook level quality. Oh, thank you for... Oh, God, you're going to make me... Oh! Sorry, moving around far too much. Oh, what pigments did you use for the weathering? Yeah, so those 2 pigments. I think there was one other I had. I have a sneaky suspicion I might have used burnt umber as well. Potentially. I can't see it out though. I think it was burnt umber. Maybe. Not 100% sure though. Kratos is a fun... I painted this much of it. the weird dozer blade. We have got this technically painted. With metal paint and some oil wash. And I left it. We are going to hose it down with blood and guts though. You want to try AK pigments? So are those like literally the pigment powders, or is it like the sort of pigment in water and then that evaporates, leaving it sort of in place? You need to get your hands on a macros gunpla. Ragnar, do it. What's stopping you? I want to hear your excuse. All right? Tell me the excuse why you've not got it. Food. Food is the excuse. You can't eat it. Oh, you thought they were Vallejo? You're already using AK pigment powders? I mean, they're all basically... The powders are all just the same. As far as I can tell. They're just ground up bits of stuff. Chalk as far as I can... I'm very irritated about that a little bit. Thankfully, he has a gold wingy thing on there. Okay, we're painting gold. So, next up. Oh, so you need food. Well, I don't blame me. You should get some food. You should get some food. And then buy it. Ragnar, all in the same day. Just treat yourself. It's coming up to the summer. You're going to need a nice big project. Now your other project's basically done with. You know, you need something to work on. Otherwise, the summer's going to go. You'll be going, oh, what happened? I did nothing in the summer. Absolutely nothing. The waste. Oh, and all sorts of noises. All sorts of noises, Ragnar. And then you'll be at the end of the summer. You know what? I should have listened to Badger, and he would have. You know, I should have purchased the miniature. And I would go, yes, you should have listened to me. You should have liked, subscribed, hit the bell for notifications. Segue. I'm sorry. I have to do these things. Also, if you're on Twitch, don't forget to smash follow, etc., etc., etc. Lucian, how you doing, you saucy rascal? Hello. I use medium rust for my Iron Warriors, but I still have another Vietnam Earth. I've not got that one. I have medium rust. Oh, this is crusted rust. Wait, oh god. That says... I have one of these paints, and when I... pigments, and when I put it on, it evaporated or dry, you know, does what it does, and then it went white. And I was like, oh god. So I wasn't massively keen on using it again. I think maybe what the issue was, the stuff was old. I might need to buy some brand new stuff. Lucian, talk. Ooh, talk to me. You, sir, are a legend. Well, you, sir, very generous with your compliments. Thank you very much. Don't let me stop you. How you doing, dude? How is your Tuesday? Remember, Badger is always right unless it involves... No, I'm not saying it. I'm not getting conned into saying that word. We all know cheesecake is the work of the devil. The work of the devil? All Blood Angels because they're better than Ultramarines. Sounds like heresy. Right there. That sounds like heresy. Dry pigment should stay fresh. They're dry. No, dry ones should, yeah, but the crusted rust ones I have are in a... They're in a juice. I don't know what they're in. An enamel. These are enamels. Thought it was leaking. And when it, like, evaporated and dried, sort of went white and not great. Not too bad. I am all right. I'm slowly melting. Ooh! Slowly melting. That is a very high bar. How dare you rank? Listen. How very dare you. Juice. That is very crusty. It is very crusty. It is crusty paint. Enamel. But I've almost got 3 completed Lehman Russes tanks. But I do need to slap some bits all over them. I'm going to exercise in a bit, though. You did see painting some Tyranids scenery from the Kill Team box. He managed to get a box, did he? Lucky chap. There was a moment when it was available. I blinked and it disappeared. What exercise are you going to do? Let me judge you based on the exercises you're going to do. I'm not going to judge you at all. Like, out of that Kill Team box, was there anything I really wanted? Not massively. I think maybe the one Tyranid from it looked vaguely saucy. The leader. The leadery one. And maybe one of the geezers. But generally... You want the servitors which look epic? Hold on. Pre-orders. Okay, hold on. We're gonna wait. We've got a few minutes to wait. The terrain is nice. Oh, well, this is the thing. Out of the kit, the terrain would have been the stuff I would have liked, but I just couldn't spend £100 or indeed £80 using my affiliate games. Oh my god, my Element Games affiliate link. I would have been very happy to paint the scenery. If I can get my hands on a bit of the scenery, then we'll paint it, because just some fleshy spires and fleshy like bits will be they're always fun to paint. What can I say? I like fleshy bits. But I think I already have some of these. We discussed it, didn't we? Some of these guys are from Blackstone Fortress, in which case I have some of them. I don't know if they're all. This one here, with the mega juicy weapon, he does look cool. But I might already own him, just haven't got around to it yet. Where's the Tyranids? Like, I wouldn't mind, I would paint one of them, but I'm not massively into Tyranids, that's the thing. I'm not massively into Tyranids, so there's no massive, like, urge to get this kit. Not that I can anymore. But I think it was this guy with the weird mohawk thing. The sort of fleshy mohawk. If the scenery is good, then I'm always definitely more inspired to get something. But as we said, I'm not massively into Tyranids, so I'm not massively swayed by it. Anyway, I'm going to keep my eyes out for one or two of these bits, because it would be fun. Paint. At some point. It would be nice if GW came out with some Tyranid scenery. Like some Tyranid buildings. I don't know what the hell they would look like. They wouldn't look like... They don't have buildings. But I mean, hypothetically, if they did, that would be a thing. Although I suppose Genestealer Cult, they might... You could say they have buildings, potentially. I'm just having a very brief look while we wait for this paint to dry. At this website. I just want to double check. See if I can get some Tyranid scenery separately. No. Rat. I was looking at the bit site. I was hoping that they would... It's on pre-order, but I can only get the dossier cards and things like that separately. Everything else is already gone. All gone Pete Tong, ladies and jelly spoons. It's an absolute disaster. Yeah. And the one cult-specific piece of scenery they discontinued. Oh, God. I keep looking for that. I assumed, stupidly, that was going to be around for a while. And I was thinking to myself, oh, I'll get it. I just need to get this other thing first. And then it was just not there. And I thought, okay, they're just out of stock. Typical GW. And then I realized that it's not coming out again. I was very disappointed in myself. Which is why you should always buy the things when you see the things. So, the drill was cool. Yeah, absolutely. One piece of Tyranid scenery. Do you literally mean £10,000? The old Forge World resin, it can't be that much money. Hold on, we're going to have a look live. Woo! And on air. There's a 3D printed. I could 3D print some. That's 36 quid. Oh, scalpers? Yeah. 85. Oh, that's from Australia. That's from Dinosaur Island, ladies and jelly spoons. How much is this? If this is a buy it now, it is a buy it now at 35 quid. That's basically 40 quid. That would have to be like a donation goal or something at this point. That looks the old triple alien tower. Its postage was £3.38, so that's basically £39.50 or something for all of the scenery there. Why did I double click it? Yeah, that's actually not too bad, but I don't know. 52, it's the cheapest one so far. Brood Nursery. Or Pit Beast, Sarlacc Pit. £90 free P&P? Yes. Well, there's a Tyranid building. Got walls and everything. And, Yeah, scalpers, eh? No, exactly. I know. It's terrible, isn't it? It's terrible. It's not easy. It's not easy being a scalper. I mean, it's not easy setting up prices on it. Is it? I am thinking of eventually of like getting around to finally like selling miniatures on like ones I've painted on eBay and things. But that does mean I'm going to have to start painting miniatures that I hate. Which is the problem. I like too many miniatures. I need to get more hatred into my life. I need to find some paint right now, so I can go over here. I lassoed a paint pot. We have found our dark bronze, or our bronze paint, ladies and jelly spoon. Going to give this paint a jiggle, because we're going to slap it all over this bad boy. He's going to get that bronze effect. I like using bronze and or copper, because it's an excuse to do copper oxide, etc. Like patina. Find what you like about a process and enjoy the process rather than the mini it's applied to. Find what you like about a process. Right. I like the process of a painting. That's the thing. No, true. But I think I'm gonna have to start like getting some characters from something I don't normally paint. So this is what I was thinking. I was thinking Age of Sigmar. Not massively into Age of Sigmar. So I don't have any Age of Sigmar stuff for the cursed algorithm that feasts. So I thought maybe we can dabble in a bit of like character painting for Age of Sigmar and then sell those, because then I would have Age of Sigmar stuff in my history, but I won't have to deal with keeping the miniatures. More importantly, for example, this popped into my head straight away. Sweet lizard men. But the problem is, I like lizard men. They are because they're old, basically old world. They need to bring them back to the old world properly. You want Rat Boys? In fact, see this thing, I have Rat Boys. I've got Skaven. I've got Skaven to paint. Not only Skaven from ages ago. But I got this Skaven chappy right here. This one right here. He's got a halberd and a sword and a banner. So you know you mean business. You love those minis? Which ones? Age of Sigmar? I'm just not massively sold by... Or do you mean lizard men? I'm just not massively sold by the Age of Sigmar world building, unfortunately. I wish I was, but I'm not. Saurus? Yeah, they are very cool. They are very cool. I think that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to, like, buy... What are these things called? Spearheads. If we could buy the spearheads one by one and then just add them and then sling them on Etsy and stuff and sell the spearhead painted up. I think that might be a way of doing it. Lathia's just been collecting AOS. Fucking hell. You've just been collecting Age of Sigmar stuff to paint, ignoring the game side of it entirely here. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, they do have some cool minis to paint. I'm just, like, not invested in them. I'm more invested in the old world. But I would like to paint some of these things. I just don't want to keep them. So, Reno, how's it going? Happy Tuesday to you. I've seen some sweet-looking Saurus with an easy process. The one, like, I do like this saucy scheme, right? But I like big butts, and I cannot lie. Let me, I'm going to quickly show you the scheme I like. Reno, what's going on? How is your Tuesday looking? Are you feeling better? Oh, wait. Wait, damn it. Stupid. That was a thing. Reno, thank you. That's 2 years. Reno, thank you so much for the resub. Thank you so much. How you doing? Are we getting better? Why Etsy for selling painted minis over other options? Well, I have my own Shopify, and unfortunately, Lathius, I've maxed out the amount I can sell on eBay. I've maxed out the amount of stuff on eBay that I can sell. I was under the impression you could sell 300 things. No, that's not quite true. It's the amount of stuff, cash-wise. Like, if everything was to sell on that one day, apparently I'm selling too much. You're better? Yes! That's what I'm talking about. Hell yes, Reno. That's good. I'm very glad to hear that, dude. Mostly better, just melting in your... Yeah, I'm melting with you. Get yourself an ice cream. Maybe a cornetto. Oh, Solero. So you'd sell them on eBay instead? Yeah, I don't care. Well, as long as I sell them, that's the only thing which matters, right? I've got no sort of... I just selling as many places as I can. If that makes sense. Now, where's this scheme? Is it Starborn? I think that sounds right. Can't remember my windows as people living near me allowed. Oh, God. Reno, trust me. I understand. I have... Where's my face? I need to get the orientation of the way I point. So, there's a block of flats basically right there. It's like not a housing association. Anyway, whatever it is, there are a bunch of people who live there, and they're incredibly noisy and rude, and it's just very stressful. So I don't have my windows open. I have this giant unit here instead, which wafts air at me for a bit. So I understand. Like, normally I have the windows open all the time. Like in the house, like, windows open, but they all face out that way. Fluent Code, have you tried? No, I'm Fluent Code. They are not. They're not the sort of people I would want to throw eggs at. Trying to be polite here, polite as I can. I didn't know if there were fees. Well, the thing is, Lathius, so on eBay, we can have a look at my eBay. Hold on, I'm not getting sidetracked. I want to look at the Starborn paint scheme. Because I think I like this scheme. If I was to paint the box set up, I'm very tempted. This is how I'd do it, Lucian. How to get shanked, yeah. Like, I know, I'm not trying to... There are people in there I wouldn't want to... I don't even want to talk to them, but I wouldn't want to egg their house. I like the Starborn scheme a lot. I mean, it's not quite traditional Lizard Boys. But they are nice. Tried a big unit like that, too noisy. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough, Reno. What you need is... You need to go back to the olden time. What you need is, like, someone outside the room just pulling on a bit of string. The string goes up onto a pulley and then into your room, and it wafts you. But you don't have to hear them breathe. So bad. You just the gentle waftification of the fan thing. You didn't hang around and claim credit? Yeah, I don't... I know definitely some of them work. I'm not trying to tar them all with the same brush. But the people who own the block of flats, the company, having a chat with them the other week, and like they do have to go into that block of flats and clean the rooms for them while they're in there drinking. Egg and run. Yeah, that's problem is no, I'm not going to be doing that. Badger needs a bits trigger that wafts a fan in his room. Yes, we do need to anything for the sweet bits. Now, what the hell was I showing? Balloon Code, by the way, talk to us about. Do I need to give you another shout out? Is everyone following you that should be following you? Did you get that? Did you get that number? Didn't. Son of a bee sting, folks. If you've not followed, all right. If you are here and lurking, firstly, thank you very much for that sweet lurking eye hashtag. Appreciate you. But do tickle that follow button. Oh, you hit 100. Hey, hey. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Nice one. Oh, Centurious, of course. I was trying to think what the hell it would be. Centurious, of course. That makes sense. Was it Sergeant Centurious, right? At least in my brain, he's always been called Sergeant. This one? Brother Sergeant. You shall paint and then give away Centurious 1 month from now. No. I remember that mini. Like, I remember when Legion of the Damned were dropped. And thought it was really cool. I never got around to getting any, though. I'm very sad about that. Very sad. Such is life. Hold on. Let me... Yeah, no, so eBay, I'm allowed to sell 300 items, right? For free, you're allowed to sell 300 items per month. I'm selling 42. I have available 42 items. Obviously not 300, because it apparently, because I've got multi-listings going on, they all add up really quickly. And once you go over the threshold, then you're like, no, you can't sell anymore. It's too much stock to be selling. I'm like, what? No. He was released to celebrate 100 GW. He was, wasn't he? Yeah, I completely missed out on that one. I regret that. Yeah, so if I was selling one of each item, then I could probably sell all 300. I'd max out easily. But I'm selling, like, for the sewer vermin, I'm doing, like, I'm saying I've got 20 squads available. I really need to drop those numbers down so I can sell more items on eBay. So that's this coming weekend's problem, I think. No, unfortunately, I can have them as drafts, I believe. I have some software called Nembol, I think it's called. Nembol multi-channel. So I've extracted basically everything from Shopify into this Nembol multi-channel, and then I press a button and it spits everything into Etsy and then spits a bunch of them into eBay. Once I've adjusted the numbers, then maybe we can have everything working properly. It's just a lot of work. And then last weekend I couldn't do anything because my computer died. So anyway. Oh, right. Where the hell were we? I do apologize. It is very warm in here. Slowly. Oh, hello. We're slowly 29 Celsius right now. I should really have this just there. Right, we're going to use some Pro Acryl bronze. So we are streaming tomorrow. I don't think we're going to be painting this guy tomorrow. I've no idea what we are going to be painting, but it's probably not going to be this guy. We'll be returning to him on Monday. But I don't know what we're going to be doing tomorrow. Obviously, Thursday I won't be streaming because I don't stream on Thursdays. Plus, it's my nephew's first. He's turning 1. Obviously, it's a big day for him. So I must be there to make sure that cake situation is under control. And we will be back on Monday, but we have a Wednesday stream in front before we even get there. So let's, as I said, we are going to paint the tubes bronze. The thing is, you're not even going to be able to see these tubes. Really. Because the wingy bits go over it. Right? Oh, actually, I tell the porcupine. Well, you can see a bit. I tell a lie that you can actually. Be gone, foul beast. One-year-old? Perfect age that I know. I've already threatened my brother. I was already like, yo. You've got your daughter's 4. She is yet to show any sort of indication that painting miniatures is on the agenda right now. However, she is very arty, so she does enjoy painting, so I reckon there might become a time when my brother would appreciate me introducing her to the joys of Warhammer and stuff like that. I think I was trying to think what she's very kind of into sort of, I don't know, she's like cursed Disney princesses at the moment. That seems to be it. Absolute travesty, but there we go. I don't think that one's going to be changeable. Is your brother made of gold? No, he's not. But this is just to make sure he never is made of gold. Gabba, it is hot. Disney princess easy. Gazgul? Yeah, I don't know. I reckon she might like mini painting. She has had a look around the studio a little bit, but I was slightly terrified because I actually had some fragile minis in the room at the same time, and I was like, yes. I'd love to show you this miniature. Let me show you. instead of just grabbing it. I was like, flipping Nora. The tad on the high side, still cool. It's goddamn Scotty too hotty. It is. It's bloody hot and very unappealing. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Did you get yourself a nice lolly? I didn't. I should have, but I didn't. I completely dropped the ball on that. I was too busy building Lehman Russ tanks, unfortunately. That's my excuse. Sticking to it. However, tomorrow, I'm going to pop out and be like... Firstly, I've got to pop out and see if the barbers decided to turn up again. I don't want to have to try and hunt down another barber. I'm not keen on it. Do you have a Magnum in the freezer? Which one? What one have you got? Also, have you got a spare one? Because even though I can't drive... About to say I'm tempted to break the law. Not going to break the law. Do behave. I'm not a naughty boy. Just original, your household is boring. You need to jazz it up a little bit. Suggest some jazzier thing. What would you prefer? Like, what would you get? I mean, personally, I would. Like, I'm an absolute fiend for Soleros. Oh, the classic Magnum is good. I don't want to, hate on it. Uber Eats ice cream. Can you imagine? You know, I've never done an Uber Eats. Don't even know how to do it. That's because I just lived in a small town before, which had nothing Uber Eaty that I would consider Uber eating. Now I'm in a town. I was like, I don't know. I think I might be able to just use my legs. Would it be too much to Uber eat an ice cream? Would that be really lazy? Are you in the white one? Oh my god, you animal. Milk chocolate. That's the way it is. Milk chocolate, dude. Or the one with the almonds in? Breaking the law, instant song trigger. You do regularly, you can get a McDonald's to your house within 20 minutes. Nora. What McDonald's do you go for? Do you ever go for a strawberry milkshake and dip the fries into it? Yep. Ice cream for that. Oh, okay. Never done that before. That is wild. That's some wild behavior right there. It's banging. They do bacon cheeseburger at McDonald's. It's been so long since I've been to one. I've forgotten what they have. I want bacon and cheese. A massive burger, ideally. The sweet and salty with the hot and cold. It is. Like, that's why I like the milkshake in... But I've never tried the ice cream one. So I might have to do that sometime. Anyway, I think what I was trying to say is I have a little bit of recording to do tomorrow. Then I'm going to pop out. I'm going to see the barber and be like, yo, are you open? I've been waiting 2 weeks and you've been closed. I don't know what you've been doing. Some sort of holiday nonsense. I need a haircut. Hook a brother up. Thank you very much. And then that's what I need to do that. Tomorrow. And probably accidentally get an ice cream if it's still this hot. You going into the city? I know a great barber's in the city. No, I'm not. I don't believe so. I'm not entirely sure what we're doing on Thursday. Jesus Christ. No, I don't think we are going into the city on Thursday. Normally, like the one I go to, he's like a 10-minute walk at the most. Like even that is like 5 minutes, really. Depends how tired I am. And go, oh. We were going to paint something bronze, and I've forgotten what color it was. It was this bit right here. Yeah, no, we're not going into the city. As far as I know, I'm not entirely sure what my brother and sister-in-law have planned for the first-year-old's birthday. If we were going into this city, I'd be like, yo, are you aware of Games Work? That's where his present is. At Games Workshop. I'll look after it for a few years. It's the new Horus Heresy 3.0 box set. And I'll look after it for him. And then he can have it if he remembers. He does need some Warhammer. He really does. I was saying his sister. I don't think his sister's quite ready for the Warhams. He's more into Disney at the moment. Absolute tragedy. I'll see if we can upgrade her to Warhammer instead. Might be wishful thinking though. All right. What else? I'm looking at. Okay, so these bad boys, and these were not good prints, so that's why these aren't being painted. Get them started on some of the harder Disney stuff. They'll be grimdark soon enough. True. Huh. Slightly concerned the red is going to be too powerful. Harder Disney? Oh god. Oh, that's gross. I don't even want that in my brain. Why? Oh. Thanks, Gab. I appreciate that. What's everyone up to tonight? Apart from I know I'm melting. That's definitely on the agenda. I don't really know what else is really on the agenda for me. Oh, I said I was going to play some Call of Duty. I was going to treat myself to some COD action. That is definitely on the agenda. Assuming the computer's still working, it might have been broken by now. But such is life. Space Marine 2. I haven't downloaded it. I've got to download it on the editing computer. I heard the re-release of Space Marine 1 has not been having a good time on Steam. You got addicted to Zelda again? Is it on the Switch too? Did you acquire it as a Switch too? I don't know if I've ever played Zelda. I genuinely don't know. I can't remember it. Like I may have played it on a Game Boy at some point. Switch? You treated yourself, didn't you? You saucy rascal. As you should do. As you should do. How are you finding the old Switch 2? Is it a good time? Ugh. Gross. Have some steel colored paint. I think that block was going to be steel here. I might regret that decision. Where's the paint? I may regret that decision, but I guess it's the posterior side of the Dreadnought. No wonder why it's a flop. Space Marine 1 has been absolutely years and got fuck all from the devs. Space Marine 2 comes out and is massively successful, so they try and jump on a bandwagon for some of that sweet, sweet cash. Yeah. That is true. That is true. Wait, I can't see my screen. The alert. Oh, thank you very much for the sweet, sweet follow. Hello. Happy Tuesday. What's going on? It's just a very powerful Switch. Oh, okay. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm not buying it remastered. Don't worry. Don't worry. I literally just saw a thing appear on my screen sometime before I started streaming and thought, I wonder what the hell that's about. And I managed to quickly skim it, and it said, yeah, the Steam thing is not having a good time. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame they've never bothered with it huge amount since it came out, and then now the sequel's doing well. They're like, ooh, 40 quid. Go on then. Akabook, hello. Just joined. Where's the miniature from? This is the custom print. This is the print. It is... What would you call it? Based? It's inspired heavily from the Forge World one. So I have got the wingy bits right there, which is going to go straddle it either side of the sarcophagus. Yeah, this was a 3D print. I unfortunately missed out on, like, there were many Forge World things I wish I'd purchased back in the good old days, but due to a lack of money, I never got around to acquiring some of them. I have some. The Gorgon heavy transport. I'm glad I have that, but a lot of them I missed out on. So I saw this and yoinked it. Speaking of remasters, the Tomb Raiders remaster 1, 2, 3 is free on Prime. Yes, don't forget to use your Amazon Prime to subscribe to this channel if you're on Twitch, so I can wiggle my eyebrows even more at you. Thank you very much. I don't know if do I even have those? I'm going to acquire them right now before I forget. Thank you, Reno. Appreciate it. Where is the Amazon thing on... Oh god, I got so many tabs on this browser. We're only at 100... How many tabs are we on? I think it said 150. Yeah, I mean, it was such a cool... There is one... I have one Forge World, like the The Ultramarines one with the dead Tyrannid bit on it. I managed to get my hands on that, although the actual stick, the staff holding the Tyrannid up, is a bit wonky and needs... It's going to need some work from me to... I'm just basically going to chop it off and remake it, unfortunately, the actual sticky bit. Where is my Amazon Prime? That's Audible. I've legitimately forgotten... No. Yeah. Oh. No. Steady. Am I going to find it? No. Where the PC part picker? What are you doing? Etsy. I'm not going to find it on this one. You wanted to switch to bad, but I'm a sucker for Pokemon switches. Absolute hussy, Gabia. No, it's all right. You got to stick to your guns. Are they definitely doing a Pokemon Switch thing? Oh, hopefully. Hopefully. Akabuk, so what are you up to today? How is your Tuesday looking? We so you know, we do paint, technically. It's mostly a chatting stream. My computer is finally up and running though, so I can get back to editing. Hey! I can finally make YouTube videos again, so I'm happy about that. But they're mostly chatting streams with a slight chance of meatballs painting. All right. I mean, it's just easy money. Is it slap a Pokemon on anything? Is it? I don't get Pokemon. I missed out on when that was a thing. So I have absolutely zero interest in Pokemon. And also, at the same time, almost zero knowledge. I have probably 0.5% of knowledge. I was about to give you the bit of proof for the 0.5%, but then the name just went in one ear and out the other, and it didn't form as a proper thought in my head, so now I can't remember the bloody Pokemon thing. The name of it. The yellow one. No definite, but usually they do when a new Pokemon game's... Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Akabut. Thank you very much. You're a huge Pokemon fan? I know you are, Gabba. It's alright. It's alright. Nintendo do love limited edition consoles. Well, of course. Because it gets people, the mega fans in. I bet you that Badger can name every gen... No. Yes, Reno. That one. Pikachu. That one. In Pokedex order? No. No. I don't know what gen we're even up to. I thought they were all the same gen. I know nothing apart. I'm aware of Pikachu, the yellow one, and that's it. I think I don't know of any more off the top of my head. He doesn't even know about generation. I'm sorry, Gabba. All right, I'm sorry. Don't judge me, man. Don't judge me. I can blame it on the heat. It's toasty in here. I will buy a second Switch too when they do a Zelda edition. Oh, I thought you were going to say you're going to buy a second Switch too for me. I was like, that's very generous, Reno. You don't need to. You don't need to. But thank you. Everyone point and laugh like that. Oh dear, oh dear. You utter rascals. Then I give you an OG one to your partner. That's all right. That makes sense. I can't blame you for that. I understand, Reno. I honestly don't even know. The problem is, I don't even know if I'd have time to use a Switch thing. I barely had time to use the like computer. When am I going to find time to use a Switch? All right. Oh, yeah. This is where we throw our heads back and laugh. God damn it. Listen. When did Pokemon come out? Let's keep it real. Did I miss out because of, I don't know. Like, when did it come out in, like, the UK? Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur. No. Now you're just making up words, Fluent Code. That's the problem. No, please. Okay, 95. I was 15 then. All right. I was Warhammering. All right. I was Warhammering. I was painting Ragnar Blackmane, I think, in 95 or 96. The summer of 96, I was painting Warhammer. I mean, obviously, I'd been in, you know, started my army very slowly in like 94. So that's why I didn't get into Pokemon, I'm afraid. Rightfully sorry, folks. I'm very sorry to tell you that. How it is. I don't know how old everyone else was in 95, 96. The music stopped, or is it on its way out? You were 5. You were 5. Oh. Was there a Kickstarter I wanted to look at? 6. Flippin' Nora. 98. Oh, 98. 96 was Wappen. What? What is that? I was going to say, was that a typo? But that's a crazy typo. I don't even know what that is. Fluent Code. Okay, so 98, I was 18. I think around about then, I was all about the bevies. All right. Me and my mate Dave bunked off school and bought a copy of Red and Blue with a link cable. All right, I have no idea what you just said then. I've got no idea what the hell that is. I got... absolutely no idea what that was. Ebenezer good? He's a good. Apparently, I've never ever done that. I'm not even being sarcastic or any of the other words. Because I got the epilepsy in 94. Summer of 94? I believe so. Or the summer of 93. Either way. That, so I've never been near that stuff. Not, you know, I'm happy to try things, but on drug wise. No. All about the bevies for me. Even then, moderation. Yeah, right, no Fluent Code, seriously. It's the epilepsy's thrown spanners in many works. Ebenezer, I was thinking about that track yesterday though. Because it popped up on the playlist I was listening to. Picked it up in America, did you? Or a dodgy market? No. I am absolutely pristine when it comes to that, thankfully. Naughty, naughty. Very naughty. Absolutely. Lovely. I finally... sorry. I'm looking at all the tabs. I've got 2 screens, right? I'm looking at all my tabs on this browser. They're still micro tabs all the way across 2 screens. 150 tabs of sauciness. That's what I'm dealing with. I do finally have, oh god. I can't, I'm just basically trying to get Prime Gaming so I can get, Lara Croft. Yoink! Oh, Vera. That album, like I can't remember. Like I remember as a kid at boarding school had up the Boss Drum like album poster in the dorm at the time. You did give me a link? Oh god, did I miss? So you did. I'm so sorry. I completely missed it. I'm so Reno. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Oh, it's terrible. But I have it now. Hey! High demand. It might take a little longer. Okay, but I own it. No, I didn't, Gabba. Did any of us get any pre-orders this weekend? I got nothing. Nothing. I did ponder the books genuinely. I did eye this up, but as we said earlier, like only literally a couple of miniatures. The leader of the Tyranids, and like I think I have that Mechanicus thing, like maybe one of the servitors, but all, the scenery was the only thing which was really somewhat tempting. But if I might get them separately, but I don't know. Star Wars Rebellion. Did I play that one? I can't remember. You got up too late. You wanted the Karkaradan, but it didn't last long. It didn't last long, Gabba. Yeah. Like, honestly, the amount of pre-orders that I've acquired in the last year rapidly diminished. Obviously, I bought a couple, but in the good old days, i.e. when I first started streaming, I tried to acquire all of the pre-orders of like Warhammer 40k at least, or at least the stuff that I was interested in. But a lot of it is like, that's like 100. That's a lot of money. 80 quid on Element Games using my affiliate link, or 100 direct. A lot of money. No books do these days. It's bloody terrible. It's a tragedy. By the way, I think I have had a thought to myself. I think in general, what we might like to do is potentially to get around the try and increase like some, you know, the amount of follows and all that sort of, you know, good stuff for the stream and whatnot. And get around the fact that I'm not massively into Age of Sigmar. I thought that maybe we could start getting potentially the spearheads and painting them up to specifically to sell them. So we'll attempt to do as close to box art as we can within reason, and then sell it and take photos of it at some point. Maybe not the spearhead straight away. Maybe that might be rushing into things, but characters certainly. Before we start buying all the things straight away. Because how many spearheads have they got now? They got the Sand and Bone. No. The Ogre tribes, the Ossiarch Bone Reapers, Cities of Sigmar. I would enjoy painting that one. Some other bits and pieces. Soulblight Gravelords. Anyway, so I think we will paint up a few characters Age of Sigmar wise, specifically to sell. But I did want to click on this because I haven't read it yet. 80 quid is good for Kill Team. It is if you want everything in it. I think that was my problem, Gabba. Like, I think in the good old days, I would have been happier to buy it. But now, like, I'm not massively into Tyranids. And the other things I weren't, like, I've got a bunch of them already from Blackstone Fortress, and I think I have that Mechanicus geezer with the big bobbly head thing. There is scenery, yeah. There is scenery. That was the only thing I really would have liked, but if there had been a kill team in that box set that I'd wanted, then I would have gone for it. That's the problem. I think that's the thing. Like, if you like the minis in it, price is tolerable. I wasn't just not massively into the minis. Did I not click this button? I thought I did. So these are these big boys with the big guns. So I was pondering maybe painting the 3D printed one up that I have. Like a salamander. But I'm thinking we're going to go yellow boys instead. I think, because frankly, they look majestic. I mean, you know. There's a lot to be said. Yeah. Honestly, we need some new Primaris stuff, man. It's been ages. We do. I've been saying it. We need some Ultramarines. Some Ultramarine specific things. Horus Heresy, Emperor colors, EC colors would go hard AF. Well, this is the thing, right? I do have a 3D printer. I was wondering if they've done a demo version, like in Emperor's Children. No. So I do have this one. He is quite large. I can always print out another one. I think I'm going to paint one in... I'm going to paint one in yellow first, and I can always come back and just print out another one to do one for another Legion. Could do Emperor's Children. I think one good Legion and one naughty Legion will be enough. Bloody hell. Purple armor with white pads. Oh god, don't stop saying stuff like that to me. You know I like that. It's a very saucy look. Okay, we need to paint the trim around here bronze, and of course the bronze straight paint has dried up. So slap. Oh, hello Betty. What do you? Did you get your Magnum ice cream? I would have if I knew I had one in the freezer. It would have been annihilated by now. I'm just really suffering at the moment. Need a bomb. Ooh. I saw the White Scars one, and while it's painted nice, I just don't think it suits some Legion's aesthetic. Yeah. Well, thing is, like, when I think of White Scars, I always think of, you know, they're on the Zoom bikes going quick. That's always been my impression of White Scars. That was before I realized they had, you know, the Eben Dubrifirkins Keshig Terminators. Of course, I didn't realize they existed, so... But I don't really know enough lore about them to... know what their deal is. Iron Warriors, Imperial Fist, Sally's, and a few more, but Scars, Alpha Legion, Raven Guard. I did ponder World Eaters in that, but I like the idea of the white armor, but I can see the red splats of blood just absolutely all over it, but there's not really, it's all long distance weaponry for one. No close combat. There's not an axe to be seen on that one. You think World Eaters can get away with it? Maybe. Because I mean, I'm looking at the art. There's certainly one bloke with an axe. Like they do have a close combat option, but the one I have right in front of me, he's got the big shooty guns of doom. He's got double these bad boys. There's no fisting going on. He is all about long distance. So I think I will do mine as an Imperial Fist first one. I'm certainly tempted to paint one up as a salamander. I do like the sort of molten lava effect that they've gone on shoulder pads here. I do like it. Dig it. Just the fast, stealthy boys, it's really not their kind of thing. No, I can see that. Unless you can model one with just like, he's just like standing on the... He's sort of carried in a backpack. You can see the Alpha Legion geezer just poking his head through going, you ain't seen nothing, right? Right, I'm just trying to find some other bits to slap a bit of bronze on. Great, we're going to put some on here anyway. Might be a little bit too much, but... Bigger than me, I reckon so. Because they don't really have like... Maybe they do have parking sensors. Because they can't really see behind them. As far as we can tell. There could be someone using them as cover or something. Print. It's a print. We can print out another one if we stress out about it too much. I wanted to paint this bronze, not gold. The machine spirit guides them. I suppose it does. Didn't think about that. I mean, but looking at the back of this one, there's... I mean... Oh, hold on. I do apologize. I thought I'd pressed the button. I suppose... they're not really camera-looking like things. They could be weird lenses, I suppose. But this one doesn't seem to have much going on. I suppose he'd literally have to wait for the machine spirit to wake up and be like, yo, you might want to look behind yourself. They can barely turn their heads, I know. It's just like, that's it. Like for this one, font's gone. Where's his head gone? Alright, I mean for this particular one, which is obviously not GW, so just caveat, etc, etc. Yeah, so we get his head. We need to jiggle it into place once with glue. I want to paint it first. But then he has like a collar. Make sure he can't sort of poke his head out and get like, yo, do I... What's going on, lads? That keeps his bonce in place. To apologise. And then he's got the massive shoulder pads of doom. Straight out of the 80s. They're not going to be helping. Going to have to worry about the gluey. Really not much. You can only really see whatever that is, 30 degrees in front, maybe 45 degrees in front of him. Googly eyes. You can imagine. You reckon they have googly eyes in the 41st, well, 31st millennium? Okay, so we are... oh, bloody hell. I keep forgetting that the camera's moved, and I keep painting where it's comfortable, which is here. That's comfortable. That! I need to do something. I need to move the camera for tomorrow's stream. Very irritating. I see a little bit of bronze we need to paint. Okay. Alrighty. Of course, I bet Eldar go around putting them on statues of the Emperor. Can you imagine? They have them, they're just forgotten. It's a kind of golden age tech that Mechanicum was always searching for. You can imagine. I like that idea. They would, yeah. I wonder what they would think of them. Look at the rules. Hold on. Saturnine War Axe. Oh god, they've added new things. IM is that initiative? No, can't be initiative. AM. Those are the two new ones. Strength, armor penetration, damage, reaping blow with a hiccup. -3. Hold on, there's a read. That's useless. Critical hit 6, damage 3, AP 2. Was there any else? Were there any other bits of news? There is the pre-order for the Grand Cafe army. Ooh, hold on. Doesn't matter to me. I'll be using my Saturnine for looking at and for proxying in 40k. Absolutely. But I mean, the one I printed out, I think is too big. The creator thinks it's too big as well. At least I saw him type that. Whether or not he still thinks it. So I'm going to enjoy painting it, regardless, and I will be getting that box set because I do like the Horus Heresy. Archmedios, we found data from Old Terra containing information regarding a new technology. Googly eyes, but they'd probably say the word or something, and think it's entirely something else. Googly eyes. I don't quite know what to say, truth be told. I am absolutely starving. Absolutely. What's the Black Templars? New Crusade, Ancient and Codex supplements. What's this? I didn't see this at all. What? Codex supplement. New character. Oh! Oh, you sweet, sweet, sweet boy. Woo! He's got a sweet banner. I like a banner bearer. Really? Yes? Yes? Oh my god. I like this chap. He has got a banner made of some bannery bits, a sword, the skull of an orc. It says Armageddon on there. It's got bits. No. I haven't. I have not seen this Gabba. Absolutely buying 2. I'll buy 1 for myself and 1 to sell. To paint and sell, I reckon. I could do that quite happily. Oh, an awesome mini. He's got no, oh, don't tell me he's got 2 banners. Oh, okay, I can buy 3. 2 for myself and 1 for someone else. I like banners. All right, I like banners. Thank you for saying that, Gabba. I would have lit. Okay, so that's like very nice. Model is offensive and racist to orcs. Oh, listen, this orc would be chuffed, absolutely chuffed to be like, look, I'm going into so many battles. I'm getting into so many fights. Admittedly, I'm not alive to actually fight, but I'm like in the presence of maximum violence. You like big banners and you cannot like. True. I wish I could like freehand a banner to make them look good. I can't yet, but I like the idea of banner bearers. We need to bring back backpack banners. Backpack standards. But with stinking Humies. Well, I know they do like the Humies because they do represent a good enemy to beat up or attempt to beat up. Obviously, they get a good spanking. Crumpet and Death. Yeah, I completely missed out on that email. But we did see this on Sunday. Obviously, where I didn't realize so much of it was going to be plastic. Obviously, this was plastic. Happy days. Many people. I was expecting this to be Forge World. There are some pretty cool things with printable banner decals about now, though. Do you mean... I would like to get a regular printer so I can print out things using printable decals. Yeah. Can do a lot of the legwork. Yeah, exactly. I have thought about that, and I have been... I've told myself for the longest time, Badger, you're not going to buy another proper, like a, paper printer again. And for the longest time, I've gone along with that, but I didn't realize decal paper existed, really. And ever since I've heard about that, I've slowly started talking myself into considering it. Bring back backpack banners. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I will not be able to say. I can't even say that once, let alone 10 times quickly. But this boy is plastic. I was expecting this to be Forge World resin for some reason. Got a banner bearer. These are plastic as well. Sky Lantern, also plastic. I was expecting this to be plastic because, like, this is just very breakable otherwise. It is. It's very tempting. It's very tempting. I was expecting this boy to be Forge World resin as well. He's plastic. If I hypothetically got one, I keep thinking of him like... So do you know... I'm going to get the name of the film wrong now. Was it The Golden Fleece? Or... With not Kratos. The big bronze statue. You do him in jade. That was the other one I was considering. Like I do like it. He's nice and terracotta. Talos, that's the one, thank you. Like ice, is nice in earth or clay, fine. I personally see him in, when I ponder him, I see him as like the bronze statue, Talos, whatever, or in jade. I really want one of those big lads, but I have zero use for it, and it's too huge to just sit around in a cabinet. Time for an auxiliary cabinet, Lathius. That's all there is to it. That's who you named your dog after? Talos? Oh, okay. Really? Ah, fantastic. I saw the original one. I had tea with Ray Harryhausen. I saw it. I was like, oh. Pff. He was only an old geezer. I thought maybe I could run away with it. Obviously, I didn't. But it was fantastic seeing that statue, that puppet. So this is all plastic as far as I can tell. The Sentinel's plastic. The entire army is plastic thus far, by the looks of it. There doesn't seem to be any resin. Middle Earth. More Middle Earth. 13th Legion. And the Skellies, yeah. Yeah, I saw the Skellies. Or 3 of them at least, I think. It was so long ago, I can't remember. It was 2001? Or was it 2002? 2002 in the summer, I believe it was. Yeah. I don't know if we've maxed out on the heat yet, but it's certainly toasty. Jason and the Argonauts, yeah, so good. I used to love, like, on a Saturday afternoon, that film would come on. Or Saturday early evening. So good. Okay, I think we've got all the bits painted in metal. No, we've got something around the legs I think we needed a little bit more paint on. Yeah. Just, there's a little circular bit right there we need to tickle with some paint. That's what we'll do. Oh, hold on, there's another bit I just remembered. There are a couple of bits we need to paint with steel, so let's do that. Balance Kitchen, you're back. Painting is going. We're slowly melting, though. Very unpleasant, I don't mind telling you. How are you doing? I hope you're well. Me and my nan love watching that movie. I remember watching that with my... In fact, I'm pretty sure I watched that with my grandparents as well. Watched it with my parents as well. I watched it with my brothers. I don't know, man. It brings back good memories watching those films. There's one I didn't watch too many times. There's Jason and the Argonauts. Sinbad? Is that it? The Eye of the Tiger. Is that it? That might have been it. That's the one I've not seen quite so many times. It was, yeah, Sinbad and the Eye of the Tiger. That one I haven't seen quite so many times. But that was a great movie. Like, I need to watch that again. I need to watch that again. God damn it. There's going to be a whole weekend of just me screaming at eBay and also watching those films. Well, Dreadnought is... This is it's a 3D printed one, but it has golden wingy bits. Grew up watching Sinbad, Jason the Argonauts, Clash. Exactly. Likewise, Don. Likewise. So good. Absolutely love those films. All right, music has stopped now. Let me remedy that situation with. I need to find something which has no evil dark synth playlist. Well, that's an advert. I hope people show that. I certainly hope so. I certainly hope so. I'm trying to think, like, so I was at, must have been like, we moved to the other house. So I remember watching it with my middle brother. Definitely. My youngest brother was slightly too young, like when I'm thinking of watching it. Yeah, he was slightly too young to be watching it. But I know I have watched it since, like, some point. Hopefully they do watch them. Both my brothers with their kids at some point. Paint on. Hopefully they do watch them. Kids. I'll have to remind them and be like, yo. Gonna have to make it happen, boyos. Otherwise, irresponsible Uncle Badger's gonna watch them with them. And then you'll only have yourselves to blame. I've watched Jason the Argonauts with my missus and kids to show them Talos. It was so cool. Like, I'm just thinking of the sound right now, like when he's creaking. I've got that. The kids come home throwing stones on the floor, telling Dad they're summoning skellies. Yes. Hold on, was there another film that I'm 'm there might have been one, but I can't think of it. Oh, bugger. I'm not entirely sure what we're painting on tomorrow's stream, by the way. Not this mini, though. I don't necessarily want to do the same miniature 3 days in a row. I don't know if there'll be a YouTube stream tomorrow. Oh god, is that paint already dried out? We might be just a YouTube, a Twitch stream. Gonna play some absolute bangers. Potentially. Was there a Hercules movie? Uh, $19.90. Oh god, that's a cartoon one. Oh god, there's a live action Hercules 2025 I've just seen. Oh god. I'm not seeing anything for an olden times film. I mean, there must have been, right? Surely. It's all fun and games until an actual roaring skeleton bursts out of the ground and starts trying to murder you. That is true, but my god, can you imagine? On your tombstone. Murdered by a summoned skeleton from a tooth of a dragon. What a way to go. Oh, he's in Harry Houseman production. Oh, he picks up a giant sewing needle. Oh. Right. I think that's genuinely sounding familiar now. You've literally said that sentence. But I think I've only seen, like, I've not seen a massive amount of the other one. The Sinbad one I've not seen masses of. I do need to remedy that one because I do remember enjoying it, but I've like literally seen it probably twice. The other two, Jason the Argonauts and the other one that I'm completely drawing a blank on now. I think the character Hercules just showed up in some of those other movies. Oh, okay. Because I would have thought they would have loved just to break out some oiled up geezer, just to wander around on set. In the good old days, just like, oh yeah, bring out some oiled up geezer. Get him to do the titty dance and then walk off again. That's all that's gonna happen. Isn't that what Hercules steals from Tails' treasure thing? Ah. The Kevin Sorbo. Hey. Listen. Reno. Hercules and Xena were a good time, alright? Alright, Lucian, chill out. Alright, chill out, dude. Damn caps. The OG Clash of the Titans with Pegasus and the Kraken were awesome. They really were. He's gone a bit of a conspiracy nut. Has he? I don't know. I don't really like. I try not to. I try and avoid that sort of side of stuff. So when people say stuff about like actors, I've generally got not much idea what people are into. Loud noises. Because he dropped off from like being in films. Did he not? Does he not produce films now? Is that what he does? Because I'm trying to remember what the last time I saw him in anything. I'm gonna IMDb him and have a butcher's. Because I gotta say, like, I didn't watch huge amounts of Hercules, but I did like. I typed in Kev Sorbo. Just Kev. He's kind of blacklisted. Well, I don't know. I always sort of liked a lot of the stuff he was in. Well, God, he's bloody hell. He is in a lot of things. Just from 2024. I'm going to scroll back to the good old days when I used to watch TV and stuff. What did I... Whoa. God, he's in a lot of stuff. When was the last time I would have seen him in something? Sorority Party Massacre. I've not seen that. Maybe I should. I love a cheesy film. Oh, God, he's done so many films. I can't even. Wolf Canyon. He's the voice of Hercules in God of War 3. Oh yeah, exactly, Rena. Yeah, I just scrolled past that on IMDb. Top tier film, no less. Hold on. Hey, I love a cheesy film. I love cheesy horror films. And it was Andromeda. Which that was something I watched an occasional one of those. Xena, Warrior Princess, and Hercules: The Legendary Journeys. Yes, films. Oh, that one's a documentary. Wait, hold on. Wait. The one I just said, the sorority girl massacre, was a documentary. I don't know if you're being serious or not, Don. I'm hoping you're not being serious. He's no Lucy Lawless. Well, no, obviously not. Obviously not. That goes without saying. But there was a whole load of really bad TV series. Like not bad is not the right word. There are a whole load of interesting TV series which are out at that sort of late 90s, early 2000s, which are all very interesting. Xena, Hercules, and then there was a whole load of other ones. He's more of a Larry Lawful. Oh, is he? He was in Cola Conqueror. Are you serious? Looking very, oh God, very oiled up in that one. Anyway, all right. Oof. So, where the bloody hell were we? Let's slap up. Oh my God, it's going up beyond 30. Going beyond 30, ladies and jelly spoons. Terrible time. It's a terrible time to be me. I need to somehow acquire a minion just to casually waft me. Very casually. So Dwarven Gold time. Let's go, baby. Just for a little bit. What time is it? Oh, it's rapidly approaching 8 o'clock. Yep. All right, we are making a tiny bit of progress again. Slowly warmed up to it and now melting. I'm going to locate the freezer. I'm going to make sure that there's no ice creams in there. I can't think off the top of my head that there is one in there, but I'm just hoping. I'm hoping there is one just literally chilling in there going, I've been waiting for you. I knew you'd cave. Just a matter of time. Alright, we've got to attempt to paint these little feathery bits with this really bad brush. Folks, did I see that there's a new Jurassic Park coming out? I was skimming through things the other day and everyone was banging on about Jurassic Park in like places, and I thought, oh god, is there a new film coming out? Like the 29th one. Bugger. I'm hoping they keep releasing them. Really? Do you like them that much, or are you just wondering how high that number will go? With ScarJo? Oh, really? Is she in it? Oh, you just want the cyber dinos? But of course. I'm surprised they haven't got around to doing that already. Scarlett Johansson's in it. See. Either that or for GW to give us Exodites. Yeah, that's not gonna. Keep the dreams realistic at least. Brush is not helping me. So are we looking forward to the new Jurassic Park, or is it going to be an absolute disaster? Absolutely ruin that bit. I'm going to go back with a fine brush and just line that later. I'm just too stressed to do. Literally sweating. Disgusting. Although that comes back to your dino riding guard. Those lizardmen dinos probably be pretty good for Exodites at this point. You want to see one scene in it and that's it? Talk to me, Reno. Talk to me. Ooh, talk to me. No, I'm not happy with this at all. Completely ruined it. I hate it. Oh, we're going to have to... This brush is just not doing us any favors. I'm going to give up on that bit because, frankly, it's going to cause me too much irritation otherwise. I will return to that off camera when this room is cooler. I.e. sometime between now and next Monday. It's the scene where ScarJo shoves her hands elbows deep in. My mind was going way ahead of my eyes. Elbows deep in dino dung. What am I missing out there? What am I missing out there, folks? Is there a trailer? Okay. We are making some very slow progress. However, so this black armor is, we are going to go Incubi Darkness and then highlight up and then shade all the way down to black, I think, rather than anything too weird. One scene from the books that hasn't made to film yet, but was used for the ride in Universal. It's a river raft ride and a T-Rex attacking down the river. So when you say the books, which book are you talking about? I've only read, a long time ago, admittedly, Jurassic Park and The Lost World. The river ride wasn't in the first one, was it? It's been so long, I've genuinely forgotten what's going on. Oh, the first one, I'm going to have to reread it then. I need, like, these wing bits I'm not happy with at all. But I will revisit those. The rest of the steel we're going to panel line with black oil. Oil wash. We're going to do that at the same time that we do the black painting of the armor, but we need to get to that point first. So we do need to tart up a lot of stuff with some black paint. We're not doing that today because, frankly, I'm melting. Melting! I might have to try and hunt down that version. What's the word? There's a word I'm looking for. Trailer. So I can have a look. I can have a butcher's. That's what I'm going to have to do. What are we all doing tonight, folks? I'm melting. Hopefully, I'm gonna get a large. Too early to say a beer. I don't really drink, so probably, yeah, it's probably too early for a beer. What else is on the agenda? I don't know. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. Shower, absolutely. That's what's going to happen. We're definitely going to shower. And thanks. Someone asked for a troll. Yeah, they asked for about 3 hours ago. The troll's appearing a bit too late now. How you doing, Dave? Happy Thursday. What's going on? What are you up to today? Are you behaving yourself? All right. I'm absolutely melting here. That's how I'm doing. And hopefully we can remedy that. Absolutely ghastly. So we have found a few things, though. We have found a few things, which would be nice, like that Black Templar new miniature coming up. I like that. I like it a lot. So we will. I'm definitely going to get my hands on that, and the codex supplement as well. That will be a good one. Well, that's because I'm wrapping up, Dave. That's why the miniature has been put away. The time for painting has been and gone. You missed it. What are you painting though? What's on the agenda for yourself? That is my question to you. I'm just melting here. This is not helping. Not helping at all. I know. Okay. I don't believe I've raided them before, so that's what we're going to go and do in a moment. Reavers? Hell yes. Hell yes. I hope you have a fantastic time painting those. I am literally melting. I do apologize. It's horrific. Am I going to be able to raid? I've forgotten how to raid. It's going to work, I think. Folks, I'd like to say thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Folks on YouTube, thank you as well for hanging out with me today. It's great having you as well. I hope you have a lovely rest of your Tuesday evening. You're where it's melty. I hope you managed to cool down. I will be back on Twitch absolutely tomorrow at 4 o'clock. I can't guarantee YouTube though, just because I might be want to listen to some music which YouTube won't like. So do consider coming over to Twitch tomorrow if you fancy it. I don't know what we're going to paint. I've got to make my mind up on that. But the Chaplain we're making a little bit of progress. I have worked on my Lehman Russes over there. I'm going to get those like basically finished tomorrow. It's got to do one like turret thing for it. And then, yeah, so I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. Maybe we'll do a conversion for one of the tanks. Yeah, maybe we'll work on a conversion for one of the tanks tomorrow. That would be good. And needed. So an advert starting up in 5 minutes on Twitch, so I want to get this raid underway before that finishes. So I will see you tomorrow. I will catch you later, folks. Have a lovely rest of your evening. If you are on Twitch, do copy and paste the one which is relevant to you and paste it into the chat where we're going. That would be a fantastic thing. And I will see you tomorrow. Look after yourselves. Get those ice creams and I'll... Bye-bye.